are fine, though. I mean, like Bryson with 4 par 5s. Anytime I can get 4 par 5s with Bryson, I'll take Bryson still. I'll take my chances. But
all right, Big T. We got Uncle T giving out JT at 20-1.
I'm doubling down with TNT. I'm taking JT at 20-1. I don't even care that we like the same dude. I don't even care. I'm doubling down. TNT effect. We're gonna both take JT at 20-1. I gotta find something in the mid range here. Let's see.
What do you like in that area? Corey Connors.
Yeah,
I'll take Burns. You take Connors.
Yeah, definitely. I want Connors. I'm taking Sergio at 80-1 for my mid range. Harmon's 225-1. Dylan Smith just made fun of me. Sergio, yeah, he's 80-1. Dylan Smith, stop. Chris Myers says Big T is going to take advantage of himself tonight. That is not true either. The wife is waiting for me. I guarantee that. So stop.
Hey, wife's waiting for you.
She just texted me during the show asking me when I'm coming up. So stop.
Oh, yeah! Big T! Best fucking name, by the way, let's be honest. Big T. Anything with a T in it. I love Mr. T. Remember Mr. T? Big T! It's your boy, Russ Hanneman. You can call me Uncle Russ. You're Big T, I'm Uncle Russ. I like the monikers. You can also call me Senor Tres or Mr. Fest, Russ Fest. You can call me ROI, which means radio on internet, but in French it means the king. So fucking yes. But I digress. Big T, Uncle Russ is here to wish you congrats on the giblets. Listen, I know you're the guy at Run Pure Sports that fucks. Am I right? Am I right? You know I'm right. Come on, you know I'm right. This man hits the workbench and fucks. Listen, man, congrats again on winning all that money in DFS, Big T, and keep running pure. I like that. Fucking love that, actually. Big T, you're the man. You're the man who fucks. And one day you will drive a car with doors that open like this or like this, not like this. Yeah. Big T. All right, enjoy it, man. Hanneman out. No.
What up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of The Wednesday Show. It's your boy JSU here with Big T to pick some winners, to talk some golf. But before we get into the golf stuff, Tony, you said to me when we hopped on the pre-show, you said, JSU, we got to talk about some NBA hoops real quick. So we're going to throw a twist into the golf show right off the bat because we want to talk a little Boban news before we get into golf winners.
Yeah, I mean, it basically, on the show earlier, we talked about how Boban could start, and if he did, then it clears the slate for us. And I'm trying to figure out my own main team right now and working through it as we started the show. So I'm like, we might as well talk about it. And Showdown. I know a lot of people come to Run Pure for Showdown stuff. Boban really clears the deck for Showdown. It's a matter of how popular we think he's going to be, which – obviously, he's starting. He's going to be very popular without a doubt because of the price. And you have 3 studs on the slate, Kawhi, Paul George, and Luka, obviously. What playing him does is obviously get you the cleared deck. I'm interested to run my numbers because I think a lot of people will definitely – I mean, everyone should, in theory, the optimal build should be Boban and the captain with Kawhi, Paul George, Luka, and 2 Clippers guys like Reggie, Marcus Morris, Batum. You can fit those guys, Rondo. You can fit 2 of those guys with the 3. So I think that's the optimal. But as we talk this through and put the showdowns in and then get into golf, I think the counterpoint to that might be to play one of the studs still in the captain with obviously Boban still, and the utility, not the captain, and play one more total punt instead of 2 mid-range guys, because I still think they could give run to a guy like Trey Burke if Boban doesn't work. And they're so cheap that with our captain up top, maybe we can get different by playing a good guy in the captain, because clearly the optimal build is going to be Boban captain with the 3 studs and 2 mid-range guys. That's just the most obvious build of all time in Showdown, and for good reason. But there's definitely a case to be made to pivot in a different direction and play a stud up there. And you can still play a guy like Trey Burke and just hope that Boban can't stay on the floor or not as much, and get the pivot that they go small like we've already talked about.
Yeah, and I think you make a great point when you talk about going back to the stud in the captain, because before I think people were just going to try and make it work, get one of these studs in the captain and figure it out from there. Now, though, it might be a little different. And what I think you could actually do with your type of thinking is play the 2 studs, Kawhi and PG, maybe put one of them in the captain spot, but play both of them on your team, and then play 3 or 4 Dallas guys as opposed to 3 or 4 Clippers guys. And I think 3 or 4 Clippers guys will be more popular anyways, because I don't think guys like Burke and Brunson are going to be all that popular. Certain guys we can add to the mix. So that's kind of the way I'm kind of like going about this slate. Because I know like Boban with all of the studs makes complete sense, right? It's just like, that's a way where you can fit all of those guys in. You don't have to do the like another complete punt with Boban. You can fit all those guys in and then play like Reggie Jackson and, somebody, some other guy who's getting like 30 minutes a night. So that's where everyone's going to go. And I like the idea. Play a guy who may or may not get run. Maybe he gets more run than we think, though, right? In Trey Burke or Jalen Brunson. So that's the way I'm approaching the slate with you. But Showdown's a lot. I mean, Showdown's tough because you got to make some uncomfortable type calls. I personally think they're doing this because they're trying to force the Clippers to play bigger. Like that, like this makes a lot of sense to me because 2 minutes into Boban being on the floor last time out, they brought in Zubac. Because they couldn't handle Boban down low. They went to him immediately multiple times down low, and like he was a problem. So I assume that right off the bat, I'll bet you anything, first couple possessions, Boban's going to touch the ball. And he's going to touch the ball like in the paint, like post-up opportunities, him rolling to the basket, something. I guarantee you they have plays ready for Boban. Because if they can make him a factor enough where they need to go bigger for more of this game, that's advantage Dallas, right, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely want to go big, and it could definitely fall into place that way. I mean, it's tough, though, still, because there's definitely a case where we could still go with our initial thought that they just can't leave Boban in there, and they still go small for guys like Brunson and Burke. Man, this is what DFS is all about, though. We got to make decisions. You can't just play the projections and go with it. And I love stuff like this. Man, I'm just kicking myself because I'm a little stuck with my original DK team where I'm still just going to have to play Brunson, I think. And I don't like him near as much as I did before because of Boban, obviously. But I just don't really have anywhere to pivot. I wish I could get – obviously, I mean, it's easy now that we have the info, but I wish I could get Curry in that spot because obviously, I mean, hindsight is always 20.
It's interesting, Tony. I was getting some questions in the Discord. I don't know about you, but people were asking me Boban or Brunson. Like
that's
leaving 1,200.
This is where because that's the spot everyone's in right now, where you might have 4K or something left for your last spot. And you get stuck. Like, do you play Brunson? Do you play one of these other guys, or do you play Boban? It's all a guessing game. It comes down to if you think Boban can stay on the floor. If you think he can stay on the floor, then it's obviously Bobby. I'm not totally convinced. Like, I mean, I think Bobby is obviously, if you have multiple spots and he fits, I think he's a slam dunk at 3K. But if he was 4K, it's a lot more hairy at 4K than 3K. So if you're leaving that 1K on the table, I mean, just honestly, I'd have a hard time playing him over Brunson still, I think, if you could fit both. And Boban's going to be higher owned too than Brunson. I don't know. It's really tricky because
here's the thing is, if Boban gets like his max amount of run, it's probably like around what Brunson is getting, like between like 21, like somewhere in that range, right? Like they're not going to give Boban more than like
I don't even
20s.
think he gets 20. Like,
yeah.
I don't.
But I'm saying, what's his
Boban
ceiling, Tony? What's his
20.
ceiling? What's his ceiling of minutes? Like, what do you think?
I mean, it can't be higher than like 24. Like,
yeah. Okay.
Total high ceiling. Like, I think he gets like 18 minutes tonight, but he could get 40 fantasy points in 18 minutes. I don't think Brunson's getting those 40 fantasy points. It's a very interesting situation, and there's big edge because if you have a strong take that he's going to get run off the floor, everyone's going to play Bobby now. I don't know. Like at 3K, he's a slam dunk. If you got salary left, it gets a lot more hairy. I
think you just got to make a decision and go with it. You said it yourself. Like, would you play him over Brunson? I don't know.
I think I would still play Brunson, but it is definitely a hairy situation that could go either way. If I had to choose personally, I think I'd go Brunson, but it's a hard decision choosing between the two of them. There's a world too where Bobby plays 6 minutes and never comes back in. So you have to be aware of that too with Boban.
Oh, for sure. There's an absolute world, but this is a strategy. They want him on the floor. The question is it effective? If it's effective, he's going to play more. If it's not, it's just that simple though, Tony. It's like, to me, it's going one of two ways. He's either efficient and effective, in which he stays on the floor for his probably like 18 to 20 minutes, or he's not. And like you said, he could only play 1 7-minute bit of run, and that's it. Like, he could be done. So that's the question you got to ask yourself. What do you think? Enough talk on the Boban, the old Boban?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just running these showdown things, and it's interesting, man. It really is for tonight. I think this is a great slate to play for showdown.
I mean, real quick with showdown, if you had to, how many captains would you play? Because obviously Boban, you're going to play some. If you're like doing a script of 150, you're going to play some Boban probably, right? But like, how many captains are you going to play? Are you just going to mix all the studs with Boban?
So basically what I'm going to do is run my numbers and see what I need from Boban to hit. And I can even do that while we're just running around here just to see what it comes up with. Like right now, like that's the hard part. I don't really know where you project Boban at. Like, how many points are we projecting him for?
I would probably put him at, I don't know, 19.
Yeah. The funny thing is I got him projected at 19 right now. So it's funny you said that. It's a hard projection though, because he could get 8, he could get 48. Like it's a wide range.
Tony, but he's the type of player that in 8 minutes could get you 19 fantasy points. Like, easily. That's the type of player he is though. He's a point, like he can easily do a monster game in like 15 minutes. We've seen a double from him in like 15 minutes. Like, he's a beast on the glass. He's a problem inside.
Yeah, I mean, just because I think stuff helps as we talk it through. I'm still working on this main team I got. Those of you that played my core that watched it, I just don't feel good about Brunson at that price on DK. 4,200 or whatever, not with Bobby starting. I had Kawhi in there, so it was basically Kawhi and Brunson. I'm giving serious consideration to play Paul George in like a Marcus Morris type pivot, just because, man, I just, even like a Royce O'Neal in Paul, I might play Paul George over Kawhi now, just because I think it gets my other guy way better than Brunson.
So you like Marcus Morris more than Brunson?
I think he's definitely like way, way safer to get in the 20s. And I got a pretty good start on the team.
Oh,
like a lot of
safer
people.
for sure. He's definitely
I don't
safer.
even know if he has a lower ceiling too, is the weird part. Like, I think he might have the similar ceiling too. But it should be, though, because I think Paul George obviously has less of both than Kawhi. So
I'll tell you right now, though, did we get a starting lineup from the Clippers? Is it confirmed?
I mean, it's got to be the same thing.
Yeah, it is. Okay. I mean, Morris is going to get foul trouble. But like if Morris has to guard Boban or Batum, if he has to help on Boban, that dude gets in foul trouble this entire series. He's going to get in foul trouble again. It's just going to be tough to stop. There's no way for them to defend Boban. He's tough for actual centers to defend. Like actual good centers, he's tough to defend.
I mean, he's a monster. The good thing about going this route, though, is I already have Batum, so it's basically I'm getting 3 Clippers all starting instead of Brunson coming off the bench, and you don't really know what he's going to get. I don't know. I think I trust it a little more. Do you still side with the Brunson?
Good thing, no, I would side with the Morris side for the safety. The good thing with Morris too is on the hope he doesn't get in foul trouble, he's going to get 30 minutes. Like his minutes will go up. And so if the minutes go up, the production could easily go up too. So I agree with you. He's way safer. We don't know. Brunson could still just get 19 minutes again today.
I'm a lot more worried about Brunson than I was. I mean, Boban starting is not good for Brunson.
Can I say this, though? That's because you thought the starting lineup change was going to go the other way, right?
Yeah,
this was your theory coming into it. You thought they were going to go smaller to match the Clippers. They're doing the complete opposite of what we both thought they were going to do. They're trying to force the Clippers to go big.
Yep.
So
I mean, I agree, and I'm officially going to make that move for whoever was playing my core.
Okay, so the move was Marcus Morris and PG?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if these dudes are in my core. I don't remember who was in my core, but those of you that played that team, I'm sure, are in the same range where you had to play a stud and you had to play a cheap guy. I think it's for sure Paul George could outscore Kawhi too. It's not that crazy of an outcome where if he just makes some shots, he could easily outscore him. So I'm not that worried about that part. Yeah.
The problem is Kawhi's been so goddamn
He's so good in this series. Like he's so good. I mean, Kawhi's a great play tonight.
He's had like 55 every single game. Like he's been that consistent. Like the dude is just so good.
I just keep looking at how I can make Kawhi happen instead of by still doing the same thing. But it comes down to that damn guard spot where I just can't. I just can't get. And for some reason, Kawhi is only small forward too, which screws me because I had Tobias Harris at small forward already. Who, I mean, these Philly guys are doing well, obviously. I mean, they're super high on too, so it doesn't matter. But still nice getting them locked up. I like the Clippers, though. The good part about this final build that I'm going to go, and then we can get into golf, is it gives me 3 Clippers starters. I like the Clippers matchups. I think it's a good final build here.
Yeah, this early game looks like you're gonna be really kicking yourself if you didn't have maybe 5 or 6 guys from it, because these guys are crushing right now. So boy, Maxi's in there. Ben's. I mean, yeah, a lot of these guys are just complete and utter locks. But
so
I think that's
quick,
about it.
Before we hop into the golf, I'll run these numbers about the showdown for this late game. Let's see how much Boban it gives me with that projection real quick. I'm going to plop it in there. Let's see. Talk about your showdown thoughts while I put these numbers in there.
Yeah, I mean, so
talk about the Dallas guys, because I think the Dallas guys outside of Boban are pretty interesting.
The problem with the Dallas guys, in my opinion, are a lot of these guys don't have upside. Like Maxi Kleber not starting. He's completely out for me personally, especially at his price. Honestly, he was getting 30 minutes. I'm not for sure thinking he's going to get close to that here. Maybe a guy like Josh Richardson on DK. He got 21 minutes last game. Maybe those minutes go up, and he's 2,800 on DraftKings. He's a source of salary relief. I could see going to. We've talked about the guards, Brunson and Burke. Definitely riskier options, but if the Boban thing doesn't work, they could, Tony, just decide to go small from that. So if that's the case, then guys like Richardson, Brunson, Burke, they would all benefit from that. So if Boban doesn't work, again, though, like DFS, you want a guy who plays 38 minutes a night and gives you like 16 most nights? I mean, this is your guy. Like you want 16 fantasy points, DFS will get you those 16. Like I'm pretty sure he's going to get 16 tonight, but he is not that good. And I don't know. I just can't pay that price tag for him. So that's another guy like I wouldn't play. Like I would play Marcus Morris over him, Reggie Jackson over him. Who am I missing? Nick Batum over him. I would even play probably Brunson over him. And he's cheaper, so those are kind of the guys I'm looking at. Another guy who I guess for showdowns pretty interesting is Rondo, because he's always someone who like in 20 minutes.
I think Rondo's super tonight, like to break the slate.
Yeah, like I think he's a way better play than a lot of those. Like DFS, I wouldn't even think about clicking DFS's name over Rondo's. Like not even close. And Rondo's 600 more. DFS gives me a little more savings, and I still would want it. That's just the way I look at it. And then you got Tim Hardaway, who he's priced up next to 7,400. He's kind of actually in a range by himself. And I don't know about you, Tony. I think he's a big key for this Dallas team. I think they need his outside scoring. And we've seen the low floor. We've also seen the ceiling. But the ceiling, he needs to be hitting like a bunch of threes. That's his thing. So
who was it?
Can he do it? Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yeah.
And he's priced up too. So that's the other thing. What do you think his ownership comes in at?
Man,
I think he's in a range of his own.
People are so recency bias based that I think he'll be low owned. The problem is I don't know if he can get there at the price. He's going to have to make a lot of shots. And when the Clippers go small, it's just hard. They guard him well. Like the Clippers are going to be able to guard. That's why they should have just played small ball the whole time, and they should stay playing small ball. Zubac's terrible. I mean, teams are going to have trouble guarding them when they go small like this. Just to circle back, so if I give Boban, I marked him all the way up to 20. I marked him at 20 fantasy points, I think, which is a fair projection. It could be higher, it could be lower, depending on how the game goes. But he only hits on 13% of captains. That's kind of shocking to me, really, for my 150. I thought it would be higher. What that tells me is, I mean, maybe it's not the best path to go. Maybe we should just go star-based in the captain. I do love that build, though. Like, I think that clearly the best build is that one I talked about. Do you think it keeps him lower owned? Because I mean, that team is so good. Like, you can play literally Boban with the 3 studs and 2 good mid-range guys. That build feels – if Boban gets 20 fantasy points, I'll be stunned if that's not the best build. No matter how many – you would
need a stud to go for, like, a crazy game. Like a crazy game, right? Like, pretty much anyways at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Tony, that makes me feel like the Boban might actually not be as high owned in the captain maybe as we thought. He'll definitely be high owned. Like that's a fact, but in the captain is the question. Maybe people it's more the uncertainty, right? Cuz his minutes can fluctuate. We've said it on the show, he could get 6, he could get 20. Like because of that fluctuation in possible minutes, Tony, that might be scaring some people off of him in the captain, where they'll just plug him into the, and then play someone who's going to play like 35 to 40 minutes in the captain. Because you got plenty of those guys, right, Tony? we got plenty of those guys that can.
Tons
we
of
know
those
we're going to
guys,
play 35 to 40 minutes. So
I mean, I think it's clear that you should play a stud or Boban in the captain for sure in this slate. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I just lowered the studs even more just to see what would happen. Like, I lowered Paul George, Kawhi, and Luka to a lower projection than I think they'll get, and Boban still isn't like hitting some crazy number. So I'm stunned, actually. I really think. I don't know. I really thought Boban. I might want to play more Boban captain now, just because I can't believe.
See, this is the way it works, though. When you see that something that you thought was going to be very popular, not pop as much in the optimizer, sometimes that makes you think one direction where it's like, oh, I really like this now because not as many people may be on it. Sometimes, though, that gets you off players too, right, Tony? It's like the funny thing how using the projection in the optimizer works. And it's almost on how your mind works too with it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it all depends on for sure how you think the game's going to go. And man, I just keep tinkering with these numbers, and it is crazy how this works out. I still think that's the best build, though. I mean, no matter what I tell myself and no matter what the numbers tell me, Boban and that captain with the 3 studs just has to be the best build. Like, it just has to be.
The J just said they don't project Boban's third leg. You might be right. Yeah, I mean, you might be right there. Right, we got Redmond in the chat. He's saying Boban needs to get 25 plus in the captain. I mean,
in the captain or like points? I just don't think so, man. Like,
I'm assuming he means like 25 like fantasy points, which would be obviously in the captain spot. That'd be more than 25. I'm assuming that's what he means, right?
I just don't necessarily agree that he needs 25 though. Like, if you gave me 20, anywhere close to 20, and these studs get 50 plus into the 60s, I just don't see how that's not the winning build. I mean,
I think 20 is a good number. I think 20 is a good number.
The hard part, I mean, the guessing game of the whole thing for sure is if you think he can get the 20, because he could definitely just start and then not play anymore.
Yeah, so he's saying, what if you project Boban at 25? What would it give you, I think?
Oh, okay. If I project, let's do that. I think that's an interesting experiment. Let's bump Boban. Let's bump him to 30 just to see. Let's see what happens.
30. There. Now we're going.
Just for fun.
Now we're going even overboard.
This will be the last thing, and then we'll get into the golf.
We got Jonathan Lindsay in the chat. He goes, Boban needs the 3-hole birdie streak and a bogey-free round. We got some golf guys. They want some golf takes. We'll get there. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah, we're getting there.
We're going to get the golf.
I mean, this is wild, man. So I put him to 30. He still only hits at 16% of my builds. Like, it just must be the mid-range isn't as strong or something with how these are. And the studs are all going to get 50s and 60s. That has to be what it is. This is why I like using the numbers, though, because in my head, it tells me that's clearly the best build. But it just must not be the best build overall for your one. The main team, though, that's still different because this is for your 150. This isn't for your main team. Like, if you look at the main teams, Boban captain at 30 is going to hit
in there.
Top. Like, 16% of 150 is 24 teams. I'm willing to bet that it's probably my top 24 builds now at 30. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 7 of my top 10 builds are Boban captain now. So that tells you if you're playing one team, it's probably the right build if you think he gets 25 or 30. But 150, it's still – there's not enough mid-range guys for that to work. So, come on, Benet. Can we start golf? No, you know how we are. We give winners.
I mean, we're going to talk like some bullshit anyway. So how about we give you some actual DFS analysis and strategy for – a different sport as opposed to us just bullshitting for the first 20 minutes, which would have happened anyways, right, Tony? Because, you would have made fun of me for being short. And then I would have came back with the gif of me getting on the ladder, smacking your face and, insert gif now. Like we would have went back and forth doing some stupid thing like that. And now we get to give people actual good, analysis for Showdown, and Showdown's going to lock in 25 minutes. But I think we pretty much hit on everything we need to talk about when it comes down to Showdown. So for your main team, Tony, before we get away from it, is it Boban cap for you?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Boban cap.
That's how I'm going.
I mean, I think that's clearly the best build with one team. You can pick whoever other two guys you want. I mean, it's not the only bad part about this build is it is for sure going to be duplicated a bunch. But if it's the best team, then play it out there and see what happens. You're not going to win some crazy amount though with this team. It is not going to be unique. I promise you that. But I think it's the best team. I'll say that much.
All right, we got our boy Chris Myers in chat saying let him talk basketball. He says at least it's not gymnastics. Ease up, Chris. Ease up.
I like that
buddy?
comment. It's a good comment.
Right. It's a good comment. All right. Hit the like button, guys. Thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, we pump out these free shows for all different sports, Monday through Sunday, pretty much. We got shows, live shows on this YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that like button and then subscribe to the channel as well. So it gets you notified every time we go live with, baseball, NBA, golf, all MMA. We've got, I think there's an MMA show. I think the MMA events next week, the big MMA events next week. So we'll have an MMA show on Saturday, and those guys do a great job. DC, Joey Work, Titletown, they do a great job on that show. One of my favorite shows to watch. So I love those guys when they do that. And it's really good, and brings good mojo too, right, Tony? Hitting the like button, subscribing, brings good mojo.
Got to have good mojo too going into the golf week. That's the only way to do it.
Right. That's how.
Man, these early dudes in the NBA crushed. I mean, I know people want us to talk golf, but man, Ben Simmons and Tobias were just total locks.
I mean, we said it on the show. It's just they were so easy, and I'm the worst because when I play Ben Simmons, you should just know to play him. Like it shouldn't even be like a thought. When I'm like eating,
both of us, we both hate Ben Simmons.
Hate him. I mean, hate him. But this
it's just, I mean, when they're starting him at the center against a team that has no one that can guard him, I mean, he didn't even really try that hard either. Like he was kind of just sitting in the post, not really doing much.
Sounds like Ben Simmons to me.
If they would just always play him in the post, we would both like him. I mean, it's almost like
timeout. See, this is what I mean about Simmons, though. He can't play on a team with Joel Embiid and try and post up because you're not the best post-up player. So it's all messed up. But if he was on a team without a guy like Embiid, yeah, he would be a mismatch on the post for anyone that guards him. That's where he wants to be too, Tony, is the funniest part. He wants to go down there.
Wouldn't you if you couldn't shoot? You'd want to go to the post too.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just saying, though, who would you rather in the post, Joel Embiid or Ben Simmons? I mean, it's a stupid question because it's that easy of an answer. So, yes, golf. Wait, this is a golf show. Yes, we're getting there, Travis. We got it. We've already heard it enough. Tony, are you ready to pivot to the old golf?
I mean, the more people cry about it, the more I want to talk about like Showdown and soccer starting next week.
I mean,
Euros.
We might as well plug soccer because Rubio's been spending like a week writing this big article for the people. And we got this big tournament coming up. What's it called? The Euros. Rubio's going to have a bunch of stuff out for the Euros, right?
Yep. It's going to be good. He dominates the Euros. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking we should just roll through every single sport. Like, should we just talk about baseball and then we'll pivot on to like fight? You can talk about you and Title's MMA bet that you guys do weekly, where you own Title per usual, own Title in his own sport. I mean, we could just go on and on. Yeah, exactly. Screw Xander talk. More Rondo love. That's right, John. We'll get more Rondo love on this show. Big fan, Rondo.
Luce says, I hate soccer. Yeah, everyone hates soccer, but everyone loves winners. So if Rubio's giving winners, then we love it.
Luce, I hate soccer too. I hate soccer too, man. But if Rubio's giving me winners, I'm still going to win. I'm going to play to win money with soccer. That doesn't mean I have to love soccer to try and win money, right, Tony?
100%.
Yeah, that's it. And that's like all sports. You could not like tennis, but Susie will give you the tennis winners. You can not like baseball, and Big T's still going to give you the friggin' 1% owned dongs every single day. I mean, I don't know what more you want.
Correct.
That's it. All right, Big T's, he did the paper thing. He's ready to go. Uncle T sent him his little sheet, apparently. So we're good to go with that. He's got the sheet. He's waving it. I'm sure people will want you to drop that sheet somewhere later in the Discord or something like that. They want all your notes. They want all your notes, Big T.
Yeah.
That's where the winners are made. They know that. All right, let's go. Let's go to this this golf slate. You know, the top range, we got Jordan Spieth. This guy, he just keeps playing good, Tony. Like, he just keeps dominating, and he's 11-3 now. You got John Rahm at 11-1. Our boy Bryson at 10-9, the third highest priced guy on the slate. You know, what are we doing with this top tier? Mainly, I want to talk about these three first, because your boy Bryson, who you're always on, it seems like. And then you've got Jordan Spieth, who's just been really good. And John Rahm, who's, you know, had a decent time out last time out. PGA Championship was 8th, but it's been okay.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Spieth at 11-3 in this field is totally egregious. I mean, there's no way. I was on him last week. He was my highest owned guy by far in the field. That was at a little chip and putt course where you put it in the fairway, put it on the green. We're back to the big boy course this week. He's going to be hitting foul balls all over the place after he choked last week and let Kokrak own him. I literally couldn't imagine playing Jordan Spieth at 11-3.
Speaking of Kokrak, what happened to Kokrak last week, Tony?
Who picked him?
I don't know. Chat, does anyone know who picked Kokrak? I'll give someone 10 seconds to answer this question. They'll win something. If someone can figure out who picked Kokrak to win the damn tournament at 45-1, you got 6 seconds. Are you kidding me? 2.
No,
this is terrible. I mean, God, do we have is there a 30-second lag on this show?
There is a little bit of a lag, I think, yeah.
Yeah, Sean M. JSU did. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Sean M. Send me your PayPal. If you're not in the Discord, if you're in the Discord, send me your PayPal.
Send me your PayPal.
If you're not in the Discord, hit me up on Twitter. All right, and I'll get to you. You're gonna win. You're gonna win a free month, courtesy of JSU. Free month at RPS. That's what I'm friggin' talking about. JSU picked them 45-1. Somebody better want some cheese on it. JSU wants some cheese. Gave the people winners. Tony, eat that. 45-1. Are we still keeping track of picking winners? Because I just picked the 45-1. I'm owning your ass now in that side of the table.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good hit last week for sure. He might have even been higher some places.
He might have been. Might have been. I don't know. All I know is that Big T wins Millie Makers. JSU picks 45-1 odds on the Wednesday show. That's how we do it on this show, Tony. All right. Yeah, now we're going back to, I'm serious, Sean M. Hit me up. Twitter, DM. I'm paying for a month. JSU's got you. You're on JSU's dime for a month at RPS. All right. You can go back to what you were talking about with Spieth.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way I'm playing Spieth. 11-3 for Spieth is totally egregious. All these big dogs. He's not the best player in the world. This is not a course that I think shapes up very good for him. He's had decent success here. I mean, he's been on fire lately, obviously. He's crushed. But I think last week might linger with him, too, a little bit. I mean, he had that thing in great shape. He was the leader after the first 3 rounds. He just sucked on Sunday, started spraying it. I mean, there's no way I'm taking him over these other guys. So he's an easy fade. Rory withdrew from the Pro-Am. He didn't do his media day. I don't know what. He said something personal was going on. another super easy fade. I mean, I don't want to play him. JT just hasn't looked good to me. I mean, JT doesn't have a top 10 in the last 5 or 6 events. Easy fade for me at the top. Again, the Wednesday show, we don't hedge. We just pick winners. Morikawa, I mean, the dude can't putt from 3 feet away. He's going to be 20% owned. I mean, imagine taking Morikawa over Bryson. That just a freaking awful bet. I'm not playing Morikawa. So that leaves us with Bryson and Rahm, the same two basically that I always end up with. I like JT when he's playing good, but JT's been struggling a little bit. I don't really want to get on him right now. So I'm down to Bryson and Rahm. Rahm won last year at this place. I don't really like to come back with the guy that won the event the previous year. And he hasn't been quite the same. I mean, he finished 8th, I think, last week. But I'm okay with Rahm. He's my number 2, though. But like always, Big Daddy Bryson is going to be my number 1. And he's going to be low owned this week, JSU. Like he's always low owned, but this is the course where he was arguing with the rules official. He took a 10. Everyone was making fun of him. I mean, I'm fine with that. He's going to be crazy low owned this week.
Did he win before here?
I don't know if he's won. He might have won, but he did win 3 years ago. That was before the swing changes and stuff. And the course is a little different now. They redid it and stuff. I mean, first of all, Snyder's in the chat chirping. What kind of plus says, only the majors? Our bet was only the majors. He circled back, JSU. And then he promised a screenshot. Of course, the screenshot never come, though, JSU, because I never said that. I mean, only the majors because I can't do the non-majors, Snyder said.
Why not?
Oh, yeah.
Why not, Snyder?
Yeah, I mean, you got the better guy, right, Snyder?
It's an easy bet. Like, yeah. I don't get it. Like, and here's my thing too: is you should be winning enough where at the end of the year you've won more than you've lost from Tony because it's the same number no matter what, right?
Yeah, same number.
Oh yeah, exactly. Snyder, you got to just take the cheat. I mean, you you said it. You got to put your money where your mouth is now, buddy. Like,
I mean, just a huge puss. I mean, Snyder's being just a huge puss. Runs all that noise. Had to ship me 100 last week when Speed took down Morikawa. It felt good to get the Hyundai back in the right direction, but just embarrassing that he had to circle back and say non-majors. I mean, if you got the best guy in the world like he thinks Morikawa is, don't be scared, Snyder. Yeah, Bobby Gomes got in there. I'll give Bobby Gomes credit. Bobby Gomes did all the events because he believes in his horse. So I'll give Bobby Gomes credit. Snyder was very, very scared. And that's okay, Snyder. I'd be scared too if I had Morikawa over Bryson.
Snyder, that does not show confidence. All right. You're trying to get people onto your side. And now we're all losing. Like anyone who's thinking about going to your side, they're all losing confidence. They're done. They might be going to Tony's side now. They're not even in the middle. They're saying what? They're saying what Tony says. Imagine taking Bryson over Morikawa. I mean, imagine. Like, what?
Those of you that played baseball tonight, the Dodgers got 11 runs in the first. Woo!
Oh, that was our first baseball. That was our first baseball one. There you go. See, we're hitting all the sports, guys.
11 runs in the first. If you don't have the Dodgers, man, whoo, that is a big inning.
Yeah, we'll go back to JSU real quick. K Maximus says BJMN23 was in Vegas, took your advice, put $100 on Mr. Kokarack. Boom! That's what I'm talking about. I love hearing winners like that. I love when people win. That's my favorite. Yeah, Dodgers seem like they are the stack for sure. Bellinger hit a grand slam too. Good for him. He needs to get it going here a little bit. Cody has 6 RBIs in the first inning. Oh my God.
I mean, if you don't have the Dodgers in baseball, you're in tough shape if they put an 11 piece on the board in the first inning. So
were they popular? I don't even know.
I mean, they couldn't have been too popular.
Yeah. Top of the they were. They were actually Uncle T's favorite stack. Shout out to Uncle T.
They got the Dodgers in the one.
I think he was the no, what's funny is I made sure to look
look at Uncle T with the Dodgers.
I knew Uncle T was on the playbook, so I made sure to look at who he had as his top stack. So shout out to Uncle T.
And Bellinger on the thumbnail.
There you go. I mean, if that didn't tell you to play him.
I mean, Uncle T, that's why he's on the Wednesday show most weeks, because he picks winners.
Yeah, check Discord, APAC 120K. What are we talking about, Mangone? I don't even know what we're talking about. Someone
APAC
120K.
120K in...
Oh, in Showdown.
In what sport?
Yeah, and what sport, Mangone? Help us out here, please.
Basketball, it has to be. Oh, yeah, he's got Ben Simmons. He's got Beal, Harris, Rui, Curry, Furk. 20K.
Well, let's go, APAC. That was just a complete jinx right there, by the way. We totally just said the same friggin' thing.
What we do on Wednesdays? Do we just become best friends? Like, what is
I think we just became.
What's it say in the Step Brothers? I need to get a refill. Talk about.
All right, you go get a refill. I'll keep going here with this thing. So, let's see here. We've got a few. Shout out to APEC. That's awesome. Baseball show now. No, Ken. We're gonna try and get back to the golf winners. This is what happens though. We kind of just get lost in what's happening in front of us. We got games like I'm watching 3 different games. I got screens in front of me right now, trying to watch different sports, basketball and baseball and all this stuff. Yes, Uncle T, we saw 11 piece in the first. We gave you your shout out, sir. Let's go. We gave it to you. Uncle T ran the playbook today. Playbook's up every day. Uncle T's one of 3 that does the playbook every day at RPS. You can use code RPS Heater 25 if you want 25% off your first monthly subscription and get all the winners. One price, get all the sports. You get everything. You get golf, you get baseball, you get NBA, everything. Tennis. We got it all. So make sure you sign up. Use code RPS Heater 25. All right, Tony, let's get back to the golf here. And I'm with you about Rahm. So I've just been fading him the last few weeks, and I'm just going to continue to do that at 11-1. For me, it's Bryson or Spieth, and I'm probably going to end up going Bryson just because I've been riding the Bryson train, and I don't want to jump off. It's like when you know a guy's like you've been playing him consistently, and you don't want to just get right off.
We're not.
I know off. That's what I'm saying though. So now I'm not going to end up probably playing Spieth. Although, if we're being honest, this dude has been worth. It's crazy how good he's friggin' been. Like out of everyone in this range,
he's gonna suck this week.
You're saying he's gonna suck? All right, good. That good. You need a picture of him on your wall so you can talk to him.
Never put one up on my wall.
Well, you need one because whenever you get pictures on your wall and you start talking to the guy, that's when we know what's really gonna happen. Because remember, Rory, you weren't going to play him that day.
Rory, but Spieth is never going up on my
But you were going to fade him. And then you talked to him. You still were going to fade him. And then you sat back down and you said, you know what? We're playing Rory. So we need something like that. We need something like that. Thank you, Uncle T. JSU greater than Holden. Appreciate you. I'll take those compliments for sure.
Knicks are officially about to go home for the offseason.
So JSU could take his official L.
I mean, not yet. You still got 557 left, but the L is coming, my friend.
Tony, I got 557 left, all right? I'm not taking the official L.
They only got 73 points. They're in shambles.
Until that hits 0, okay? Shout out to Mangone because I do have to give him credit. Guy was on the Hawks the entire run. Did not jump off at all when it came to
They're just clearly the better team. I mean, we've talked about this for years. In the playoffs, when these series get going, when a series looks like it's over, it's usually over. It doesn't usually go back the other direction.
Yeah, and I think, we were just both dead wrong about who was the better team. That's just what it comes down to. I was dead wrong about that. So
we fell for the
shout out.
I'm smart enough not to freaking fall for it, and I still fell for it. These teams that overtry during the regular season always suck in the playoffs. Where's the drinks at, Big T? I love the dude's name is Big T Picks Winners. Where are the drinks at? The drinks are right here for me. JSU's drinking water.
You have to change that name, please, from Big T Picks Winners.
Do not change
that.
Leave the name Big T Picks Winners.
He loves that name. Like, it might be his favorite name, to be honest with you. Where's your bottle? Big T has hit. I mean, I got mine right here. I mean, you're doubting that I have my water? Can you see that? There's water in there. That's right. That's water. That's what winners do. We drink water. All right. Big T, you don't have to hate on water. It's fine. It's good. Goes down good. All right. So we're all aboard the Bryson train. So I assume, Tony, that the rest of these guys in this like 10K range, I know we're not playing. I'm not playing JT. I know you already said you're not playing JT. Morikawa, I'm assuming you're not going to play. Has been pretty good. 7th, 8th, 14th, the last 3. But he's 10-4 as well. So, probably not going to be on Morikawa.
I don't play guys with under 4-inch shafts. Like
there you go. And then Rory withdrew. So Rory's out. So we don't even have to worry about
5-inch shaft minimum.
All right. Well, there you go. So that means no Morikawa, fading him and fading. I'm going to put Justin Thomas in that category too. We're not playing him either. So he can go Bryson, right in there.
Just Bryson. I just got rid of Rahm too. I'm just going Bryson up top.
That's what you got to do though. Take a stand and go with it. I don't care who your pick is in this range. You might not agree with us. You might think that Bryson is the worst play on the board.
Yeah, pick whoever you might think up there.
But if take the damn stand and say, this is my favorite guy, he's going to friggin' win or come in second. And like, I need this guy. I'm playing him and go from there. So that's how I see this range. Next range we got in this 9K setting, Victor Hovland, Patrick Cantlay, Schauffele, Matsuyama, Connors, Tony Finau, Patrick Reed, Scotty Scheffler to round out this range. A lot of good golfers here, Tony. Victor Hovland's going to be pretty popular. I'm pretty sure today. Tomorrow, anyways. Tony Finau, Tony Finau gets a ton of ownership. I always end up fading him too when he's going to be popular. That's just and Patrick Cantlay, same thing. Like all these guys, like whenever they're popular, I'll just fade them. And I know Patrick Cantlay has had some decent success here. Talk about these guys a little. Start with some of those higher owned guys, though.
Yeah, I mean, I like this range. And there's a bunch of cheap guys this week that I think we can go with. There's a ton of cheap guys like always. So I think we can play a few guys in this range. And honestly, like I've faded a bunch of this range recently. Like I faded Xander a ton. I faded We've been dead right about Cantlay and his bad close. I mean, we said to fade him like 6 weeks ago. I think he's missed 5 cuts since then. He finally played good last week, or decent. He finished, 23rd. Finally got it going a little bit. I like him on these courses, though. I kind of like these guys more this week. I faded them a ton lately. I'm going to get back on, I think, and I like this range a little bit. I like Hovland. I mean, Hovland's just a machine. Hovland is like the better version of 3-inch Morikawa. I'd rather just have Hovland all the time than him. Xander, like I said, I mean, he struggled a little bit recently, just missed the cut again last week. He's always been a big tournament guy, though, so I don't mind Xander. Cantlay, I've been off him. I'm going to be on him this week. I like him. Hideki, definitely going to fade Hideki again. I mean, since the Masters, he hasn't looked right. He finished 118th last year at this event too, so don't love that. Corey Connors, I think Corey Connors is just too expensive. The dude won me a milli. I mean, I love the dude forever, Corey Connors, with his round on Sunday. Love the guy, but 9,300 being up here with Finau and Hideki, Cantlay, Xander is just too high for Connors. I just can't do it. As much as I love the guy, I can't pay 9,300. DFS is all about pricing. Not going to play him. I mean,
yeah. What was he when he won you the milli? Like 7K?
Under 7, I think. I think he was 6,900 or something. He was somewhere way down there. So I mean, he's 9,300 now.
There comes to a point where you're buying too high on a player.
I'm pretty sure in that tournament too. I think Bryson might have been the same price Connors is this week. So
no, he was in the 9K range. I know that.
Him and JT.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, that's for sure. So, I mean, Hovland to me, if I got to pick one of those chalky guys out of Hovland, Cantlay, Finau, I'll definitely pick Hovland. I'm going to fade Cantlay and Finau. I agree with Corey Connors. He's just too expensive. Schauffele, I could get on board with Schauffele. Matsuyama, no. I'm kind of with you on this range. Patty Reed, no Patty Reed for me. Did you talk about Patty Reed?
So Patrick Reed is a guy I just never really play. However, I mean, I do like him at the tougher events because he just grinds. I mean, he got 10th last year. He's not a guy that I'm definitely not going to play him. I think I got one main team in like the 3K tournament and the big stuff. There's no chance he's on my main team, but I might play it just a tiny bit in my 150 just because he is a big tournament guy. Or I mean, a big field, strong field, I should say, tournament guy. He'll battle the tough course. This course is going to play tough this week. I'm not going to full fade him. So the only guys in this range I'm full fading are Hideki, Corey Connors, and Scheffler. Scheffler's kind of like Connors. Scheffler's just too high. He shouldn't be 9K in this field. Like, he's good. I love Scheffler. I love Scheffler as a golfer. He should be 8K, though, not 9K. He's just too expensive. He shouldn't be in this range. So those are the guys I'm full fading.
Yeah, and as we move down to the 8K range, funny.
What is AP talking about anyways? Cantlay literally owns this course. Always next week, fellas. We said we were playing Cantlay, so I don't know what are you talking about, AP?
I'm not playing him.
Oh, you said you were fading him?
I'm not playing him.
You don't like the bad clothes. The bad clothes narrative is
I can't stand bad clothes, and I don't like chalky Patrick Cantlay. I'm sorry, AP. I don't I just can't do it. He hasn't been good for a while now. That's fine. You can ride him, AP. And speaking of a guy who has sucked lately, Sam Burns, I'm going to put as sucked lately because it's ironic. Last time he played here, he withdrew. And the last time he was in JSU's lineup, guess what, Tony? He withdrew. So Sam Burns is a complete fade for one reason, because JSU can't stand him for the time he withdrew 2 weeks ago, I think it was. And I'm going to go with that. He withdrew here. It's bad karma, Tony. I can't get on board with Sam Burns because he is still hurting my feelings to this day about the withdrawal.
This is my issue with it, though, is literally no one's going to play him. He's going to be like crazy low owned.
The best part is he's been so good. Besides the withdrawal, he's been so good at the other tournaments too.
I don't know. I think he's a bad play though. He's another guy that falls in that bracket where he's just too expensive. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't do it. Bobby Gomes, don't tell me who to fade. I'll fade who I want, Bobby Gomes, all right? Get out of here, all right? No one's telling me who I'm going to fade and who I'm going to play, okay?
The one thing about JSU doing all these shows with him, if you tell him he can't fade someone, he's going to fade him. And if you say he's going to always do the opposite of what you tell him to do. He better not have played Derrick Rose tonight, though. Let me look at Derrick.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't play Derrick Rose. I didn't end up playing him. But what I will say is, yes, this has been a thing of mine. Don't ever dare
Derrick Rose, just at least tell me that I made fun of you and helped you out, because he's got 17 fantasy points.
You made fun of me and helped me out. Thank you. You're welcome.
This poor Knicks team let us down. I mean, this Knicks team just sucks.
You know what it was, Tony? I was just holding out hope. They gave me one last push, and I didn't have to take my L so soon.
At least Taj got me 20. That's all I wanted from Taj. Thank you, Taj.
God, Mitchell is so good.
Mitchell is so already.
Good. No, he just, I just
the worst part is, so I live in freaking, those of you that don't know, I live in northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area. And somehow Memphis is the team that gets blacked out where I live. I have no idea how. So somehow I can't watch the damn Memphis game because it's blacked out at my house. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, you've been saying I
don't get it. I literally don't understand.
You sure there's not a channel you're missing that
I'm sure, yeah. Because I called DirecTV even. They said I had to pick. I can pick which one. So somehow you can pick. I either can be blacked out from the Pacers or Memphis, and somehow I picked Memphis because before this year they weren't good. So
is that why you never play Memphis guys? Because you can't watch them?
Maybe
you never play.
That
Memphis
is why I don't ever see them. So
Tony never plays Memphis guys ever. It's like a rule of his. It's like when I say like I'll never play like Maxi Kleber ever in my life. Like that's like a rule. Like Memphis guys, never for Tony. Yeah, I don't understand. Bobby Gomes, Cantlay, I wouldn't fade. Okay, Bobby, you're going to play Cantlay. Okay, I'm not going to play Cantlay.
Uncle
The
T said about
80%.
Cantlay, Uncle T said bad clothes, no lady on the bench, and isn't a winner. End of story. That's a lot of good points.
Check, check, check. I'm in. All right, Tony just did the paper thing again. That means he wants to move on.
I was
Tony,
looking at the next tier.
Before we move on, just to give Tony a little time to look at the next tier, Shawnee in the chat, he's actually in the Discord, the guy who picked, who called the Coke Rack. He hit me up in the Discord, and I just want to read what he said because this is exactly what he said, Tony, and this is true. He said, "Good looks, my dude. Honestly, though, let's do this. Give the sub to someone on the show. I'm happy paying the price. The product is awesome. Let's let someone else check it out." I mean, if you couldn't find a better testimonial than my guy Shawnee right there. That's a real message right there, real DM. He sent it to me. Sorry to read a DM, Sean, but I just thought it was awesome that you said you love the product, and B, you want to give the free membership I was going to pay for a month for you to someone else because you love the product that much. I mean, that's friggin' awesome. So maybe we'll do that at the end of the show, Tony. We'll pick a winner at the end of the show.
I like it.
We'll hook them up. So let's move on though to this 8K range, and Sammy Burns, Joaquin Neiman, Matthew Fitzpatrick, who I assume will be pretty popular, Cam Smith, Louis Usti, Shane Lowry, Charlie Hoffman, Sung J M, Billy Horschel, Keegan Bradley, Ricky Fowler. I mean, big range. What are we doing here? I know Charlie Hoffman almost got it done for our boy Snyder. I think he was someone who Snyder was heavily on. I think he bet him, and he was close, right, Tony? He was right there.
Is Utah seriously up 40-19?
I mean, they're just
there's still 4 minutes to go in the first. What are they going to hang a 60 piece on them?
What did Milwaukee hang in the first quarter of that game against the Heat? Was it 52? It was something like that.
Our Knicks are officially dead. The game is over.
Why do you got to keep bringing up the Knicks? I get it. They're dead.
Because I can't watch Memphis, so it's the only thing on my TV. It's just staring at me.
You're killing me right now. Put on baseball or something.
Okay, deal. I'm putting baseball on.
Please. God.
Problem is, when I turn baseball on, then I got to see the Dodgers with their 11 piece on the board.
I mean, yeah, we're not shipping if we don't have the Dodgers. That's friggin' for sure.
We're going to have to ship basketball because baseball isn't happening.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so this 8K range. So one guy that I just don't get is every single week, Joaquin Neiman is owned. Everyone always talks him up, and the dude never gets to the workbench. I just don't get it. I mean, his 50th, 30th, 18th, 8th, 40th. Why are we playing this guy? Why is he popular? Because he's a ball striker? He does not finish. He's not a winner. I don't understand why people play guys like this. Not playing him, not playing Sammy Burns. Fitzpatrick is a guy I never really play. I do like Fitzpatrick better in events where the field is good. So I like Fitzpatrick a little bit more. He's kind of teetering on that number where maybe I play him once I get to my player pool, but I don't love him. Cam Smith, I mean, I'm not going to play Cam Smith. Usti might be one of the most interesting plays of the week. He's coming off a second and an eighth. He's always a big event type guy, the good fields. I just don't ever play Usti, though. I mean, I'm just not going to do it. Looking at him, I'm not going to play Lowry. Definitely not going to play Charlie Hoffman. Not going to play Sung Jae. Billy Ho has been terrible. Not playing him. Not playing Keegan. I'm just not going to play this whole range. Looking at it, I'm trying to find anyone I like in this range. I don't see it. So maybe I'll live in the 9Ks and not play any of these 8K guys.
No Cam Smith love?
I mean, he just isn't good enough. I don't know.
I know Fitzpatrick, he's got to be popular here. Like
Fitzpatrick might be the guy that I end up playing in this range because he's at least a strong field type guy. I really don't like this range. I mean, I'm trying to make a case for anyone. I just don't. I don't like this range. I'm just going to fade it, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I kind of like Cam Smith and Fitzpatrick a little more, I guess, than you, but it's not a bad thing.
I can play Fitzpatrick with you.
Yeah.
Because it's tough to fade a full range when you're playing 150. Sometimes you just need that price range in there.
Just like one or two guys, though. You don't need like a bunch of guys. You
I like taking stands on the Wednesday show, though. Yeah, the abrasive in the chat. No, Keegan. Yeah, Keegan has a small. He violates the under 4-inch rule. I can't play it with under 4 inches.
Wait a second. Didn't you play him PGA Championship?
Maybe.
I think you played him PGA Championship.
I mean, it might have been a better.
Did you just violate a rule on the Wednesday show?
He could
you just outed yourself for violating a rule on the Wednesday.
He could have a bigger shaft. I don't know what his price was.
I think he was right around the same. I think you violated a rule. That's got to be a penalty or something like that. That's got to be a penalty. You violate your own rule.
Maybe he was excited that week and had a little extra.
I mean, maybe. I don't know about that, Tony. I think I caught you right there. Yeah, no Sungjae, no Billy Horschel, Keegan Bradley, no Ricky Flower, whatever you want to call him.
One guy I like in the range is Billy Ho. You look at his
last Billy Ho.
Weeks. That's why I love this sheet Uncle T gave, because if I look at a guy the last 5 weeks and he doesn't have any top 20s, I just really have a hard time clicking the button.
It's fair. All right. I mean, I'm not going to play
Todd Strong. Don't play the NBA. Don't care. Todd Strong, that's bad mojo. We don't care if you don't care.
Come on, Todd. You should be rooting then for us if you don't play NBA, because we're helping you out with golf or whatever you're listening to the show for. So, maybe you just want to get entertained. I don't know what it is, but you should be rooting on us in our NBA if you don't play. That's how good mojo works, people. We root on you. You root on us. All right. That's what we want. All right. We want a good environment, good mojo, meaning all the time people are not tilting. That's what we want. And that.
How's K Fallick down on here yet?
He's late. Remember? He's like, I can't make it on until late.
I thought he said he had like the house to himself and stuff. I mean.
No, he said he had to take care of his kids, Tony.
Oh, the wife was just gone. I mean.
Yeah, he's got his kids, bro.
Put the kids to sleep.
Put him to sleep. Yeah, I'm sorry. Is that easy? You got 3 kids.
It's easy.
Exactly. No, it's not easy. I've heard your kids getting up.
Just turn on the movie and put them on up there.
Oh, that's it. You just say, Father of the Year, guys. You hear that? This is how simple it is. You just put a movie on and they watch it, and that's that.
I hear them out there fighting too. I might need to go check on them in a minute.
I was just gonna say, you've never heard them screaming and fighting in the movie.
They're actually screaming right now. Yeah, I might need to go check on them in a minute.
You might need to go handle that while I talk about. Yeah, I'm gonna call him out for the rule violations, guys. Don't worry about it. I got you. I don't let Tony skate by. He doesn't skate by. K Fallick putting his kids to sleep. Yep, that's what he's doing right now. YouTube. God. All right. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button. Tony, you want to check on your kids, or you want to move on?
Yeah, talk about the range. I'll be back in 1 second. Right. I don't like leaving you by yourself though. That's why I was hoping.
No, go. Talk with the kids. Get them right. I got this.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll be back in 1 second. You talk about the next range. I'll be back in 1 second.
All right. Let's see here. So guys who I'm targeting in this range, Emiliano Grillo is someone I'm going to look at. He's been playing decent too as well. He's had some decent runs here 2 years ago, 9th. I mean, someone I can look at 7,700. The price tag isn't crazy. Oh, baby. Why did they do this? Why did they price my guy, Mr. Buzenhout, at 7,600? I mean, he's normally he's normally like in the low 7 or 6K range. This is criminal. Now I got to pay 7.6 for him, or has this been like a thing? This is hurtful, but I'm still going to play him because he's in play all the time. You guys know that. That's just like he's the obvious JSU play in this range. You want a core play. I mean, this is it. Yeah, Uncle T, I'm a sole rider on the Wednesday show because your boy Big T is over there handling his kids. Why isn't Uncle T over there being, uncle to the kids right now while Big T's on the show with JSU? Come on, help us out here, Uncle T. You could have been helping with the kids. All right? I love Uncle T. I'm just trying to give him shit here real quick. So, I mean, this is just criminal. Bezenhout at 7.6, just lock him in. Absolute stud. I mean, I got to pull the picture up in my background because this is absolutely disrespectful. No one's probably going to play him too unless all of a sudden people realize that he's actually a decent golfer. Let's see. I want to see some ownership on him too. What do we got for ownership? Can't be owned. No one's going to play. Oh, people. Yeah, fine. That's what I thought. He's not going to be owned. Perfect. So, yeah, Grillo, Bezenhout, Streel Daddy. I could get on some Streel Daddy here for sure, 7.5K. This is a big range here. Who else? Stuart Sink. I fell into his trap. I think I played him at both the PGA Champions. I mean, he wasn't terrible. He was 30th. And I played him at the Wells Fargo. What has he done here recently? I got to look and see. Yeah, he hasn't done that well in here. T62 last time. God, what am I doing saying T60? 62nd. What a T62? What is wrong with me? I just violated a Wednesday show rule. Who says T? Like, God, that's terrible. I should sit in a timeout for a minute when Big T comes back. That was just awful. Let's see here. Anyone else? Bubba Watson? No. Gary Woodland's actually. Let me see Gary Woodland. Woodland's actually been playing much better. I could see myself playing Gary Woodland. What has he done? 79. Yeah, I could see myself getting on a little Gary Woodland. Cameron Tringali is going to be someone, but I'm not playing Tringali. Max Homa, no. Has he done anything here? Yeah, I mean that's 7.5 to 8K range. That's probably where I'm going. Yeah, John, Streel's course history is elite. I just pulled that up actually because I wanted to see it. 54th, 4th, 44th, 13th, 8th. Yeah, I mean it's pretty damn good. So that's for sure. Oh, one other guy too. Where is he? This is just below 7,500, but Matt Wallace 7,400. I could play some Matt Wallace here. I think the one time he's played here, he was 4th last year. So 7,400, Matt Wallace. I could get on board with some of that. Big T, I was just yelling at your uncle as I was talking about this 7,500 to 8K range. And I said, why isn't Uncle T helping out, being like the uncle to these kids of yours while you're on the show?
True, or he should just be on the show. I mean, he should have been on the Wednesday show instead of the Tuesday show. It's very hurtful when he goes to the Tuesday show.
Loyalty, Uncle T. Loyalty. All right. This is hurtful that you picked the Tuesday show over the Wednesday show. I want to hear the excuses that he's going to give. So, Tony, in this range, I went from the 8K to 7,500. My guys in this range: Gary Woodland, Grillo, my boy, of course, Bezenhout at 7,600, who you gotta like because he's just a complete stud. Streel Daddy, Matt Wallace, who's 7,400. And I didn't mind some Stuart Sink. So this was a range I kind of liked. I'm definitely going to have a bunch of guys in this range. Talk about who you like 75 to 8K.
Yeah, so we go 7,900. I mean, Woodland has been playing a lot better. You look 14th, 38th, 5th. last 3 weeks. The dude has always been a big. I keep saying freaking big field, and it's pissing me off. When you keep saying like what you're trying not to say on these shows, it's super annoying. Big, strong field type player, Woodland. I like him. I mean, the dude's won a U.S. Open. He's got pretty good history here. He's got it going. I love Gary Woodland this week. I think he's one of the best plays in the field. Not playing – Gary Woodland might end up being a core play for me this week. I think he is a great, great play this week. Adam Scott – what?
I said that's great. I love Gary Woodland. Yeah.
Adam Scott has freaking sucked. I'm not going to play him. Not going to play Leishman. Not going to play Bubba. Grillo's another dude. I'm not playing his ass. He should be 6,700, not 7,700. Grillo is the worst play in this range. Did you like Grillo?
I like Grillo, but you got to read the chat. Read the chat.
Hoop and AP need me on the Tuesday show. Yeah.
God.
I agree. I definitely
Uncle
agree.
T, we're not laughing at you. I love Uncle T.
There's nothing better than cores with Texas and Colorado, and people play it. Like, these two offenses freaking suck. Like, I wish they played at cores every day for the rest of the year.
You know what's funny, Tony? People would play them every day.
Yeah, they would just keep playing them.
Every play.
Love it.
People like Title would just keep jamming them in there. Like,
every day
you gotta play cores. Gotta play cores, guys, every day. You just cores. It's the best slate. You know what I mean? It's just the best players at every position. They're the best guys.
Bobby Gomes said that someone said it. Thank God. What did I say? Grillo? Grillo is a terrible play. Why is Grillo chalk? I don't understand. This is one of the things about golf that I think I do good at. I literally don't understand why Grillo is chalky.
I'm going to play him.
I don't why though.
He's been good. I'm going to play him. He's 7,700. He's been good.
Been good at what?
He's been good at literally. Look at what he's done.
He's going to miss the cut, JSU. He sucks.
Okay, we can.
He finished 118th last
year
at this event. He's going to finish 119th this week.
Is that what he finished last year?
Too? Oh my God, Grillo's 20% owned. Oh my! Whoa!
Is he?
No way! He's chalky. Oh my God, that's even worse.
Yeah, I'm seeing like 15 to 17, somewhere in that range.
Oh my God, I'm stunned. I'm breathless. I'm out of breath here.
I didn't even realize he was going to be that popular.
Grillo's the guy, like when he's like 6,600, that I'm still scared to play because he's going to miss the cut. He's 7,700 and he's chalky? Oh my God. Wow. I don't even know if I can go on with the show.
That we can you want to just cut it right there? Just end it? We ended on Big T going, woo, Grillo is chalk. That's it. We just end the show. Is that what you want to do? You're speechless right now.
I can't believe it.
You're speechless.
A couple of those shows where I've come on and given the strong take where the dude would miss the cut, like the 1 week I gave.
Yeah, you know what? Now I can't play him.
Exactly, because each time I come out and I give this take, they always miss the cut. This week it's Grillo. Grillo's missing the cut for sure this week. Uncle T had to buy me lunch the whole week, the 1 week. Uncle T, you want it again? Grillo, lunch.
No, seriously. Grillo? This is the one thing that Tony does. And he's like, right. Probably 80%.
Hold on a second, JSU. JD said he's gained 5 strokes approach the last 6 weeks. Oh, no, he's gained 5 strokes the last 6 weeks. Oh, we better get on him.
Snyder just backed him up, so I know this is real. Woo. All right.
We got a Boban bucket. Bobby.
That's a bucket right there. JSU as a follower have some conviction, Chris.
JSU likes winners.
I'm telling you right now, when Big T starts saying, like, if he starts going on a rant about fading someone who's popular, you have to take some sort of notice, or I guarantee you're probably losing on those calls 3 out of 4 times. Like, guaranteed. He does this with friggin' everything.
Snyder's so happy too, because the one week was Zalatoris that I won the money and said to fade him. He gave me plus 250 or something to miss the cut. Remember that? And he made a birdie on 18 to make the cut.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He finished the dude finished whatever he finished, 45th or something, and Snyder was so happy. Yeah, Snyder, what's the line? What's the line on Grillo? I want it. I'll run it back, Snyder. What's the line?
I thought it was JD. I thought I was talking about Buzenhout, but maybe I did ask about Grillo's ownership. You might be right.
Snyder, what's the miscut for Grillo? I want action. He's missing the cut.
So chat's got me. So I'm either going back on my train of Grillo, which I thought he was a good play, and then Big T's telling me he's the worst play on the slate.
He is.
So,
He's definitely the worst player on the slate.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me do this real quick.
I can't believe he's 20% on. I'm still staring at it.
Let me do this real quick. Millie Maker winner, Big T. Chat. Paper hands.
Paper hands.
Millie Maker winner, Big T.
Paper hands. Paper hands, diamond hands. You gotta have diamond hands.
Oh, damn it.
Diamond hands.
Diamond hands. Fuck.
Oh, that's one of the best lines ever. Diamond hands, paper hands.
JD says, Big T, you called Grillo to miss the cut last week too.
Means.
He didn't.
I said a lot of guys would miss the cut. I mean, whatever. Grillo's going to miss the cut this week, 20%. He's a terrible play.
All right. K-Falic is ready, guys. Watch Grillo. Let's see. I'm sorry. I love it. So, let's see. Tony, anything else you want to rant about from this range? Or
no, I'm still staring. I'm still staring at Grillo 20% owned. Like, I can't fathom. Snyder is such a hustler. I used to think Snyder was like a nice guy. He had good intentions. He's just a hustler, though. To make the cut, even money, he's like one of the highest owned guys on the slate at 7,700. Even money to make the cut.
Oh, you got someone who's betting you now.
It's 77%. I'm looking at the odds right now. It says Grillo to make the cut, 77%. That's 3-1.
JD wants action. He wants $100. He says $100.
I don't even know who freaking JD is.
He's saying he's
JD. This is what people don't get, though. Like, he's 20% owned. It shouldn't be even money that he makes the cut. It says it right here. I'm looking at the odds right now on my screen. It's 77% that he makes the cut. That means it's 3-1. I'm getting 3-1 odds that he doesn't.
So we're getting here. You did the same thing last week. Yeah, but he's going off the
When
odds.
did I do the same thing last week?
I don't know. People are saying that you said the same thing about Grillo.
I mean, I could have. I definitely could have. If there's
apparently, I asked for the Grillo ownership while you were gone and whatever. So, it happens. What are you going to
do? Yeah.
Either way, it's your
I don't like him this week. No matter what I said last week, I don't like him this week any more than I did last week. Yeah, see, there's JD's minus 250. JD, send me 100 on PayPal or Venmo. It's booked. You got to prepay though, because I don't know who JD is.
There you go. That's fair.
Prepay
is the way to do it.
Send it my way. You know where to find me. Send it my way, and it's booked.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, the rest
can we move on?
Yeah, the rest of this range. Let me look at the rest of this range. Streel Daddy. I love Streel Daddy. Max Homa. Did you see this thing Max Homa did with the so this dude on Twitter? There's no way you saw this because you're not on Twitter.
No way I saw it.
So this random dude on Twitter, every single day has been tweeting Max Homa like, Day 1 of asking Max Homa to play golf with me. Day 3 to ask, and he just kept going all the way up to like day 25, I think it was. He did it every day. Day 25 of asking, and Homa went on there and said, "You were persistent. 25 is my lucky number." I don't know if it was 25, whatever the number was. He's like, "We'll play golf when I get some downtime." So the dude was so persistent that he gets to play golf with Max Homa now.
Jeez,
yeah,
that's
JD,
all you got to do.
Him on Twitter.
That's all you got to do. That's awesome. First of all, that's awesome.
That's how you get fans too. Like do stuff like that because you're not hurting nothing by doing that.
No, and it makes someone like me. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I didn't get the free round of golf with him. That's friggin' cool that he did that for some random person on Twitter. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to get into this?
Trying to come in. I mean, K Fallick might not be allowed to be in now. He came in so freaking late. I mean, the dude, we've been on here for an hour and a half.
K Fallick, you hit Simon's limit too. Simon is out. It's 10:29. Oh, nope, he's here. Never mind. I thought we almost hit Simon's limit. Simon is here.
He purred right in too. He told you. He said, "I'm."
No, he was listening right in. All right. So K Fallick's coming in now. There he is. Big T. While K Fallick's getting situated, can you at least finish your thoughts on the 7K range?
I want to see how many points Boban's got. He's got just a 6 ball, nothing crazy, but good solid 6-piece. I'll take a good solid 6-piece out of the gate. So where's that? I'm in this 7K range. Okay.
Top like of the under 75.
75. Okay, God, I can't even look at the range because Grillo is 20% and it's just staring at me. I need to X him out of my.
Scroll above him or something.
I'm going to X him out so I don't have to look at him anymore. Do you mind if I just X him out so I don't have to see him?
Just X him out.
He's gone. He's out of there. So now we can look at the range. Jason Day is a member at this course. It's his home course. That just means he's going to the workbench quicker. He's not going to play good here. I'm not playing him. Bubba Watson. I don't mind Bubba. Bubba's Bubba's been playing decent. Looking at him, I don't mind him. Buzenhosen. I mean, Buzenhosen, he doesn't even have a top 30 the last 4 weeks.
Don't you dare make fun of him.
Okay.
Not on the Wednesday show. Leave him alone.
Tringali. I mean, how many weeks have I made fun of Tringali? The dude's never burnt me.
I mean, he's just not.
He's another guy, by the way. Chat was all over me. I railed against Tringali, and he missed the cut that week. He was chalky, too. So screw you, Tringali. I'm not playing you again this week.
He's always popular, too, by the way.
Always popular.
And he just seems to, like, never do it, too.
Never gets to the workbench, ever. No. Stuart Sink, though, I can play Stuart Sink and Streel Daddy. Streel Daddy's a real man. I can always play Streel Daddy.
He's going to be popular.
Who K Fallick likes.
Hey, it's good to see everybody.
What's up, buddy? So let's get your take. Why don't we just, since, the chat all wants to voice their opinions on Grillo, I'm getting killed going both ways because I was first thinking Grillo was a good play. And then, Big T, you know what I'm talking about when Big T rants about someone. And
Bobby Gomes is so sad that he can't get on the golf show.
Or Bobby.
Love it. There's nothing better.
So, is Simon still awake doing this? Or
Simon is blocking Bobby Gomes because Bobby Gomes said he's the best. Bobby Gomes said he'll beat anyone in the world. Well, Bobby Gomes, you got to do that on the Tuesday show.
Love
Tuesday. So, K Fallick, answer me this. Are you playing Emiliano Grillo today or tomorrow?
Negative.
K Fallick likes winners.
Negative. All right. So who are you playing today?
Are we going to start over the show at the top? Or are you going to?
Yeah.
K Fallick, we're going to let you.
Well, no. Let's start it at the bottom real quick. Kyle's stand.
We're not going to the bottom because we're not to that range yet.
We haven't even been to the bottom yet. How about you start at the 7K range?
I mean, just because you show up 90 minutes late doesn't mean we can just go to the bottom.
I was successful getting the children to sleep.
What is that? I can't even. Yeah, it's hard to see.
Get that thing out of here.
So that's like your camera,
Pick some winners.
All right. We're in what range?
Any
We're
range
in
you
the
want. Pick some winners.
7,500 range.
All right.
Go to
Well,
the top first. Pick some winners at the top.
Garrett, I'm confused. What do you want me to do?
The top. Go to the top and pick some winners.
I like Justin Thomas this week. I like I'm deciding between Tony Finau and Hideki Matsuyama as the 9K range.
Hideki? No,
Yes.
big Finau.
No, we can't
Big
let
fee
you
now.
play a Decky.
Definitely.
What's wrong
pick-
with Hideki?
Yeah, don't pick Hideki.
Okay,
He had his fun. He's already had his fun this year. Pick Finau.
got it. Matty Fitzpatrick, I like this week. Am I going to get any support on any of these except for Hideki?
I'm in for Matty Fitzpatrick
Yeah.
for sure. Big T
And-
doesn't mind him either.
I'm in for Fitzpatrick. I'll play Fitzpatrick with you guys.
Give me the cliff notes on the 10K and up range. What's y'all?
So-
what's
okay,
the-
so-
Get the cliff notes because we want to know what you think, and then we'll tell you if we agree or not.
You didn't
Well, no.
tell me. I told you Justin Thomas. You didn't say
Well,
anything.
Yeah.
No,
we
no,
didn't-
no.
If
Yeah,
we
so
were
we're
ever
not on
silent like
Justin
that, we don't
Thomas.
like it.
We're not on Justin Thomas. We're both
Are you
on
on Bryson again?
Of course, we're
Both
on
on Bryson.
Bryson. Why wouldn't we
It's the
be?
Wednesday show. So and then obviously there's no Morikawa because he's not allowed to be spoken of unless we say, could you imagine betting Morikawa
Yes.
over Bryson? So that's like
Yes.
the only way I can use him and form a sentence. So he's not a play on this show.
Which Rory are we getting this week?
No Rory because he withdrew. So
No, he
When?
withdrew from the pro-am and he withdrew
Oh,
from
okay.
media.
Okay.
And
why
he
am I
said it's
reading
a-
this then?
He said it's a personal thing, so I'm not. You can't play Rory.
Yeah.
He hasn't withdrawn from the tournament. I
Not
know
from the
that.
actual tournament, but there's a lot of concern there.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fair.
I thought it was withdrawn from this tournament.
Just
I
from the
didn't-
pro-am part, but
Okay.
Okay.
it's still some concern though.
I was like confused on what he withdrew
Still
from.
ain't playing Rory.
Oh, look who showed up.
What's up, boys?
Look at that.
Jack
shirt.
Nicklaus.
What is that picture?
That's from Big Daddy winning in 2018. Thank you very
I mean,
much.
It
That's
kind of
little
looks good
bit.
though with the red
was-
Uncle T. It looks good. You got the red and looks good.
It's not my Dodger blue, but it'll do.
They're crushing tonight. I like so also in that 9K range. I like Corey Connors. I'm a fan of Corey Connors' game right now. I think he's a good play, not highly owned as well, which is kind of nice. My favorite play is Gary Woodland. Approval decline.
Oh, we
Yeah.
definitely
We
approve.
love Gary Woodland.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. And I'll give you one more play, and then I'm going to go on mute for a minute because I have a phone call coming in. I always like my boy Keegan Bradley.
I shit on Keegan Bradley. He did get on the phone call.
Businessman.
He had a phone
What
call.
happens
What
when
do you
you
expect?
got those balls behind you and all the memorabilia or whatever the word is? Like, you're rich. When you're rich, you're rich. He just signed off. He's going to have Simon all jacked up,
He's got to stop the video.
shutting his
Yeah, just
video
stop
down
it.
instead of just talking on the phone. Like what range were we in? Let's get back to the range. What range was
Well,
that?
we were in the 7K range, and now we got Uncle T on. I mean, can you give us the finish of the 7K range? Or are you still sick about looking at Grillo's
man.
price?
Man, I am sick about it. I already deleted him though. I don't see him anymore. So now I'm back to I finished the high 7Ks because I like Sink, I like Streel Daddy. Man, Homa has sucked. I want to pull for him because of what he did for that guy on Twitter.
You
but
can't
man,
play Homa.
He's been terrible.
He's been awful.
I don't think I can play him. Yeah, so it's Woodland, Bubba, Streel Daddy, and Sink for me in that range.
All right, Uncle T, what do you think in this range? You can also give your opinion on Grillo if you have one.
Yeah, we'll discuss that at lunch tomorrow. That could be a wager. Grillo will make this cut easily without any issues whatsoever. Could be a first-round leader, actually, to be quite honest with you. So I like Emiliano Grillo. I'll own Big T on that one this week. No problem. I like K Fallick's plays on Justin Thomas and Tony Finau up top. Love those plays. They're both possibly in my cores. Not sure. You'll have to go over there and check them out. 7K range guys that I like. Did you say 7K range? Is that where you guys are down to?
Yes.
Taylor Gooch is one of my favorite plays on the board. I think he's clearly mispriced. He's $7,100, and I would probably, quite honestly, pay him in this field probably $7,600, $7,700, $7,800 the way he's been playing. So I think he brings you some value with upside at $7,100. So I really like that play.
Are we down that low? I thought we were at 75 and above.
Oh yeah.
Well,
we're down
you
that
took
low.
a business call, K Fallick, and we kind of scooted down the list.
Sorry.
So go ahead. I'll let K Fallick get back in.
No, it's all good. I again, my structure is dependent on everybody's opinion on the chalkiest cheap play there ever was. And
We're not to that range yet, Kate.
I know, but it's what makes it hard. It is there are guys that I like in the 7K range, but like, would I rather play Doug Gim in a 9K guy or move up to a 10K guy and play the cheapie? By the way, is this a premium show only, or are we posting this all over the place?
All over the place.
Oh,
It's
come
for
on.
the people. It's K Fallick. It's for the people.
No one cares who we think anyways. It doesn't help anyone.
I like the Gooch, as was just discussed. Another guy I like the 7-1 guys, honestly, is Matt Jones, Taylor Gooch. I was impressed with Munoz last week. Very impressed with Munoz. Can he do it again? I don't know. But he looked real good.
He can do it again, K Fallick. I like that. You got my approval on that one too. Me and K Fallick are toe and toe this week. You got to love it.
Yeah. I don't like Doug Gim at all. I don't think he's ready for regular PGA play still. I'm a Texas fan, but I just don't think he's the guy.
Is he from Texas?
Huh?
Is he a Texas guy?
He's a Longhorn. He's part of that.
You're going against your Longhorn?
Yeah. Listen, Johnny Vegas is a Longhorn too, and I don't think I've ever played.
What did
Johnny
our boy
Vegas.
last week say about Johnny Vegas? What Cam say? Cam, you watching? Where you at, Cam?
What did Cam say?
He said some good things about Johnny Vegas.
Some things that I don't know if Big T wants to repeat right now.
One of the best lines of the whole show.
It was. It definitely was. My God, that shot from Donovan Mitchell. Did you see that?
No, I'm blacked out.
Oh, I forgot.
I want to know if Uncle T's blacked out from the Memphis game.
I'm blacked out as
I'm
well.
gonna look right now.
Yeah, because I'm going to be mad if he gets it and I don't.
I'm blacked out as well because
51,
You're blacked out
just
too?
hit a three.
yeah. So I have the Atlanta game was on instead of the Memphis game on one channel, and the Braves game was on the other channel, and Memphis is blacked out on NBA TV.
So you got the same issue I got.
Yeah, same here, but I got it on the old Fire Stick, Big T.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it.
Who are you blacked out?
I know
What-
you have the old Fire Stick.
Why don't
You're
I?
Big T.
Oh, Big T can't afford that. I'm going to get it for him for his birthday. He can't afford that
You
shit.
can't afford
I
it.
accept.
No.
What?
I accept.
Did
Yeah,
you
I'm
buy
saying-
the ice maker yet?
He can afford an ice maker, but not a Fire Stick?
Man, you guys are mean. You guys are mean to me.
I'm not being mean. I'm just asking a question.
You guys
How
are
is that
hurting my
even being
feelings.
mean? Tony, you are more mean to me than all of these other people, the entire chat combined. So I don't even want to hear you crying about being, made fun of once in an entire show. We've been doing shows now for this has almost been 2 hours. So 5 hours at least on shows together. You make fun of me more than everyone else. I don't want to hear you complain the one time you get made fun of.
Is Donovan Mitchell going to break 100 today?
Is
Donovan
he really
Mitchell's
just
a
crushing?
fucking
I hope
monster.
I hope you guys aren't messing with me.
He's at 39 and a half at the half.
Oh, baby doll.
It's
That's what we do, Donovan Mitchell.
But it is a blowout, like I said it would be.
Well, it doesn't matter if it's a blowout. If he's already at a 40 piece,
Yeah.
he doesn't need a ton more.
What was the bet that on the bet show was
It was
Donovan
over
Mitchell
25. Over
it was
25.
it was over 30 in
Yeah,
the
30.
win for
Yeah.
plus 200. Well, guess what, Tony? He's got 26 real points at half. I think that bet might be real live here.
Yep. No, I mean, the NBA is going to be a crush tonight for sure. I mean, it's gonna.
You don't want the bet show, free money, free winners.
We did all like Washington though, and they got owned.
They did.
I'm a fair man. When we pick losers, we got to claim our losers too.
Yeah. And when we give winners, we got to claim our winners.
We definitely claim our winners.
That's
So
for
now,
sure.
now that people are jumping ship on Matt Wallace, is this the time where we hop
Who's
on a little
jumping
bit?
ship on him?
I'm
people
not.
are
I
jumping
said Matt
ship.
Wallace.
Ooh,
People
no one on this show.
would rather have Grillo than Matt Wallace,
Oh,
and I think that's
I want
crazy.
Matt Wallace over sorry ass Grillo.
I agree.
Grillo sucks.
Listen, Tony, Grillo has done nice things for us. He's also done mean things for us as well, but I just don't like him this week. I feel like this is a course where he could
I'm still appalled that he's going to be 20% owned. Like, I'm appalled.
it's crazy.
Who cares about ownership? What are we talking about? We don't care about ownership in golf. You can always get different. You taught me that.
Yeah, I care.
20% don't mean shit.
It matters when it's a shitty guy.
Well, if you're no, come on.
Yeah, Grillo sucks.
No.
There's no way Grillo doesn't miss.
JSU, don't let him. I was before I came on.
So Uncle T, here's the funny thing about Big T, right? So this is the argument we have every show, right? We have this argument, on every Wednesday show where Big T will come on. He'll say, "Who gives a shit about ownership? What's 20%
In the top
golf?
range. I said
What's 20% in golf?" And then he'll say this, but then he'll play Corey Connors, who was definitely chalk. He was definitely popular in that Millie Maker Masters or whatever it was team that you won. He was popular. He was under 7K, and you thought he was one of the best players on the slate, which he was, and you weren't wrong. And you knew he was going to be popular, and you still locked his ass in there and played him. So there has to be,
First off, JSU
some
is
amendments to
100%.
the rule.
Hold on. First off, JSU is 100% correct for the record. That being said, before I came on the show, Big T talked JSU out of his play of Grillo and came off the board with him, and I didn't think that was a very good move, JSU. So
Yeah, well, I mean, when he gets in those rants, see, this is what I mean. I mean, you're his
bullies you.
uncle. And he'll try and own you to the point where you feel shamed out of that play. And most of the time, JSU will go the opposite way, where he'll say, "Fuck you, Tony. I'm just going to play 150 and lock him in, and I don't care what you say." I do that most of the time. This was one of those times where I was like, no, I've done it twice and it's burned me already. I got to go Tony's way this time because he's burned me both ways. So that's just Uncle T. It's the way you got to go, and you got to have a feeling one way or the other. I went with, Tony's conviction because he's owned me. I guess I can't handle being owned by Tony one more time. I just can't do it. I might have to sign off these shows for a week.
3 top 10s in his last 6. Oh, I'm terrified. Oh, I'm horrified. I'm terrified, JD.
Oh, there's got to be some good.
I'm scared.
Tony, watch out. We're going to get the greens numbers next and the salt and all that
Is there
stuff.
salt on the greens this week?
Wait, I can't wait.
Snyder, we need Snyder. Is there any salt on the greens?
he said it's not an ocean. He told me earlier in the week it's not an ocean course, so there won't be any salt on the
Not
greens.
an ocean course.
I was able to get my.
By the way,
Yeah.
I know y'all been talking a little bit about course history and stuff like that, but I'm just throwing that out the window this week. This is a completely different course. I don't see how you can even talk about course history.
It's not like that different. Of a
Okay,
course.
Fallick, you're right. You're right, and you're wrong though. To be honest, there are a lot of changes, but visually off the tee, for the most part, it's just from them going from 3-wood to driver. Only one tee box. I think it's 13 or 14. There's only really one tee box that'll look different off the tee. So
Okay.
the bigger differences are up and around the greens and what they did there. So if you're looking at your point, and it's a good one that people think, if you're looking at that from the standpoint of off the tee and making your decisions, you know what I mean? Like the tee boxes will be different. I wouldn't really go there. So if you're using it around the green and stuff like that, I would go by it. But it is a big change, but not as much as people think.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right, we got Snyder in the chat saying send the head-to-heads.
Is there anything dumber than when people say send the head-to-heads too?
First of all, I mean, I don't play head-to-heads.
We play tournaments. We try to get to the winner's circle. Snyder, what are we going to play, a head-to-head? Like, come on. The Wednesday show plays tournaments.
That's a fact. I don't know what a head-to-head is. Never played one, never will. So that's how it's going to be. Tony knows that 50-50s. K-Phallic, we've talked about this before.
Shit overlaid like crazy, and he wouldn't even enter the damn thing.
Yeah, it was like a lock for me to cash, and I wouldn't even enter it. K-Phallic's like, you literally have to beat like 2 people, and you win money. And I'm like, nah, I'm good.
By the way, there's nothing better than having our show, like our show over here on one screen and then the YouTube show on another screen, as you watch like Big T just randomly like 3 minutes after, you see him just screaming at the screen and you just know what he's talking about, as everybody else has no clue what's happening. It's so
Snyder,
good.
stick to the Tuesday shows. Single entry, highest score. He's like the guy that says, can you play him in single entry, JSU? Is Grillo a single entry play this week?
I never understood those people. I still never understand it. What does that even mean?
I'm going to get you even more tilted, Big T. I've got my heads up with Bryson and Morikawa with Snyder. He just wouldn't give it to you.
No, he wanted it this week, but I said, what do you mean this week? We have it every week. And he's like, oh, just the majors. I'm not as confident in the normal ones. He said, I'll screenshot you. I said, screenshot what? I never said that. It's okay to be scared, Snyder.
I mean, that's what it seems. Snyder, you should be worried more about those bets, not asking for more bets or head-to-heads or whatever. You got to be more worried about those bets.
I want to get in there and kick his ass right now, just in a head-to-head, whatever he's saying.
No, listen, we love Snyder, but he made a bet with Tony. He's gotta stick to it.
Bobby Gomes made the same bet. He's not trying to get out of it.
No, Bobby Gomes believes in his side. Like he's going for it. He's going for it this week, right, Tony? You guys got the same bet.
Snyder, we have it this week. I'm about to say not this week because I'm too offended that you said only major. You just get a pick. JSU, what does he just get a pick whatever week he wants it? Oh, okay, this week, not that week. Like, it's every week or it's no weeks. What are you talking about, Snyder?
Tony, I bet you Christian Bezenhout is better than Emiliano Grillo every week for the next 1,000 weeks.
Yeah, I want booze and hosing too.
But you know what? Randomly through those
Snyder,
1,000
what are you
weeks,
talking about? They don't want the smoke. You're the one trying to get out of the bet.
Well, no, randomly
this
in those
it's
1,000
really
weeks,
funny that you only get one side of the story. That's the best part of this, is you
okay,
get
What
one
side of
side.
what story? There is no story. He said he wanted the smoke.
All right,
here's the deal,
7,300. I
though.
like
Hold on.
Chris Kirk.
Here's the deal, though. So, Tony, I want to make a bet with you, but I want to choose the days when I want to fade the bet and I want to make the bet. Because you can't do that. That's not how bets go.
I want Luka over Kawhi tonight. Do you want the bet?
Yeah, Luka over Kawhi. No. Crazy?
Get out of here, Snyder. Let's get back to this. What range are we in?
I don't think y'all offered anything in the low sevens very much. So
I'll tell you who I like. I got to get back on Uncle T's good side because I love the Gooch. The Gooch always treats me well. I don't like how he spells his name. I mean, Talor. I don't like that. But I do like Gooch as a golfer. I mean, that dude.
Do you think that's his fault though, or do you think that's
it's his parents? You can't blame him for that. I mean, his parents did it.
I have a
valid point.
I have a new my wife's first cousin named their child Lamb, Lamb.
Who?
And I'm like, that is so hurtful.
Who?
Lamb.
Swat that,
all right,
Boban.
I'm watching Boban over here trying to make plays.
Is there anything? This is just beside the point, but is there anything better than watching Boban play basketball? Like, it is fun. Just a giant out there.
He is a hustler. I'm impressed with his hustle too. He has no problem running up and down that court.
I mean, he makes it at least 4. He made at least 4 trips.
Yeah. All right,
Taylor. That's impressive.
Can I give you guys another guy we hadn't talked about that I think is an interesting one down? Charles Schwartzel was playing some really good golf, had a really bad week, you know what I mean, and missed the cut his last time out. And I think people will come right back off of him just off of one missed cut. Again, he didn't look good there, but he had been playing some really good golf for 5 or 6 weeks. You're only paying $7,400 for him. I feel like that's a pretty good value down there as well.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm on board for that one too.
Yeah, I had Charles. I played him at the Byron Nelson. He did me well. I can get back on some Schwartzel.
He got rid of that bad hat that he was wearing, and then he went to the more conventional, you know, like Titleist brim or whatever, and he started playing good. It's amazing when these guys wear good gear, their game just elevates right away. And that's what, don't get me going on Cantlay. I discussed it in the chat earlier. You know what I mean? Bad clothes, no lady on the workbench, and he's not a winner. So how can you play Patrick Cantlay? Okay,
I'm not moving off my side with Patrick Cantlay. AP was trying to turn me the other way. I wouldn't turn Uncle T. Patrick Cantlay. I'm with you. Bad clothes.
Cantlay.
We should create a
with
team.
Uncle T on Cantlay too. We're locked arm in arm this week. The only thing we disagree on is Grillo.
I may bring you around by tomorrow on Grillo.
We should create a team with bad spellings of first names. Just parents' mistakes. We got Charles, we got Victor, and we got Taller.
I kind of like Victor.
Yeah,
Taller.
I mean, because you can call him Big Dick Vic.
Yeah.
Fair.
How about Buzenhout? What's his first name, JSU?
Imagine asking JSU what his first name is.
Put the pressure on him. What's the first name?
Christian.
I know it.
I said it.
I said it.
Christian.
What is it?
I said it.
Incorrect.
No, I'm wrong.
You're real close.
Do I get another chance, or am I done?
Yes.
I'm not looking either. I'm trying to think. I was close, right, Uncle T?
Yes, very close. Right church, wrong pew. You're real close. There's 2 I's in his first name. Kate Fowlick said bad spellings of first names. He's got 2 I's in there.
He also has 2 A's. It's 2 A's that he has.
Oh God! So this is something where I would call him this name if I wasn't actually trying to pronounce it correctly, and it would be correct. Like, what is this? This is some trick game.
The weird part is I heard it on the broadcast a couple weeks ago, and I may not even be right, so you might be making fun of me. It's like Christiane. Because there's an extra.
Oh, I would have never got
I wouldn't
that.
either. So I can't give you a hard time.
It is a double A in the end of his name. Christiane Buzenhout, or whatever you say.
Well, look who it is in the chat. 11 o'clock Eastern, and my main man Joey Work has finally joined the chat. What's up, Joey?
He's ready for the Wednesday golf show. He's
Joey, hop on in.
He's on Siwoo Kim this week.
Hold on, timeout, Abersoft. I did not say.
He's on Little Wiener Siwoo Kim. He's got 1.5.
Timeout. Abersoft says, didn't Big T and JSU say they like Cantlay at the beginning of the show? No, sir. JSU said no Cantlay. And AP was arguing with JSU, and I still said it. Uncle T on my back in the chat. Big T, I'm not sure if he was on Cantlay at the beginning of the show, but he's not on him anymore.
I don't change my positions.
Okay, so he wasn't on him either.
No, I was on him.
Oh.
Wait, so you were on Cantlay?
I've always been on Cantlay.
You're confusing.
Yeah, you're confusing
What
me.
did I say? I've always been on him.
None of us are on him.
You just told me, K Falick, and Uncle T, and everyone else just now that you're with us and you're not on Cantlay.
No, I'm on him.
Someone help me. Someone help me with Tony real quick.
I made the point of bad clothes, no lady on the bench.
I was agreeing with that point. Yeah, I agreed with that. That doesn't mean I wasn't on him.
All right.
So you're confusing the shit out of the people now. All right. So
I said
Big
I
T,
liked him at the beginning.
Big T is
Oh.
on Patrick Cantlay, even though he just
Mangone.
made a really bad statement about him.
Oh,
making
Mangone
people
went
think
there.
that he was off him.
What? What Mangone say?
Mangone. Oh no. Joey Work's about to come on this show and just go on a 5-minute rant on Mangone right
Joey
now.
Work's scared of golf.
It's not about golf.
It's not about golf.
Well, what could he possibly go on a rant? His team lost 4-1. He's going home. Like, what's the rant? It's over. What's he gonna say? Joey Work, take your L. Your team's home, 4-1. Me and JSU already took our L. It's over, 4-1. The team sucked. They shot their wad during the regular season.
Their depth was a problem in the end.
See, Los, Big T also wavered on Bubba. Wine hitting him hard. That's not true.
We haven't even brought up Bubba.
No, I said I like Bubba.
I don't understand. Let's get back to Cantlay for a minute. I just don't understand. Like, again, golf. Again, we talk about it every week. Golf is a sport clearly where, you know what I mean. All these plays, we can only look and research as much as and it could blow up. But what could possibly lead you onto Cantlay this week and feel
I watched
great?
him last week. I liked him. He looked good.
One
round. Listen, think about this, guys. He's lost strokes 7 straight weeks around the green or on the greens. Okay, let me click his button at 9,500. Yeah, I can't wait. Are you
How
serious?
can you play him over Hideki with all of the reasoning you provide,
Well, let's
Tony,
get a bet then, Kate.
everything?
I'll take Cantlay. You can have Hideki, whatever you want, any amount.
It's just not.
That's the easiest bet of the weekend. Literally, I would put any amount on that. Cantlay is infinitely better than Hideki this week.
Why?
I'll take my boy Big Dick Vic over both those two.
Yes, and I agree.
I don't disagree with that either, though.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you're wrong on that either. I'm just saying that I don't understand with how Tony looks at his numbers and stuff and looks at the odds and looks at everything.
Numbers. I looked at him last week and he looked good and he's been good at this course.
Kevin Reed in the chat said he gained 6 strokes on approach. I'm not talking about on approach. I'm talking about on the freaking greens where you got to put the ball in the damn hole. He can't get it done. He's like Morikawa, like Little Wiener Morikawa. He can't get it done on the greens.
So you're saying we add him to that category?
Well,
the 4-inch.
There's a decent chance he's got a small wiener.
I mean, it's not like Cantlay, but I'm pretty
sure.
So
you're breaking your rule again, Tony.
Cantlay definitely could have a small wiener. I'm not going to disagree with that. I mean, it definitely could be the truth.
His ex-lady might have thought he had a small one.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been the issue for sure.
And he took the L.
Let's get back to this 6K range.
Oh, you wanted to do the whole time is the 6K range, K-Foul?
Because it's loaded. Except for my boy Ben Martin not being in the field, which is a damn shame. It's a loaded range.
What about Kazire with back-to-back thirds?
I don't mind it.
Yeah, I'm fine with him.
Yeah, Kevin Reed in chat, I'm just messing with you, buddy. I know he said that I gave him a reason to click him. I understand what you're saying, but I just can't do it. But we'll move past Cantlay.
All right. Does anyone want to give their thoughts on the 6K range?
Yeah, I mean, let K-Foul. He's been freaking pulling the lotion out for.
Well, the first question is what do you do with 6.1 Kyle Stanley? That's like the question of the tournament is what do you do with a guy?
It's like what do you do with Christian Bezenhut at 7.6? They're just obvious plays.
Oh, good to know.
Go.
No, so you got 6.1 Kyle Stanley, who if you're looking at the odds world, he's around anywhere from 100 to 1 to 125, 130 to 1 is where I'm seeing him, which is in the range of like the low 7Ks. And so, but he's also going to be 12 to 15% owned, probably, Uncle T, would you say?
I mean, I think he's going to be around there. The guys last night thought that he's going to be 15 plus. I don't, but again, I don't want to keep beating on a horse that I like. Say he's 12%. If he's a good play, why would you not play him though? Just because you feel like everybody's going to, it just 12% means nothing to me in golf.
Yeah.
So,
That's not really what I'm not trying to get there. I'm more saying that I've never seen anybody. I don't know if you consider it like an absolute misprice, because he's not a lock to make the cut. He's not a lock to finish top 25.
No,
he's in that same range as the 7K guys where they're good plays. You could put him on the same platter of the 7K guys, and the question is what do you get for the $1,000 by going from a 7K guy down to him? What do you get for it? And is it worth making that change? And I don't know the answer to it. There's plenty of other 6K guys to talk about, but I think that's where you start. Is everybody knows this guy, Kyle Stanley, is not a 6.1K player. He is a 7.1K player, and the intern at DK accidentally pushed 6 instead of 7. Nobody checked his work, and they ended up having a mistake of a 6.1 instead of 7.1.
Yeah, let me throw two things at you, K Falcon, and those are great points. Like you said it, he should be 67, 68, 6,900. So another guy right there, if you wanted to pivot, you got Russell Knox. I got him at DK Sportsbook right now at 150 to 1. Similar situation. I'm not saying he's a better play. I like Stanley, but if you wanted a quick pivot right there, you could. Now, the other thing would be for me, and I'm thinking about this as well, if you wanted to use Stanley in his so-called 12% maybe, or whatever he's going to be, use him in a build that has no 10K guys, right? Because if you think about it, if somebody's using Stanley, for the most part, they're going to try to jam in 1, possibly 2 above, say, 96, 97 and above. So why not use Stanley in a build that doesn't have any of those 10K guys?
Yep.
Just a thought. I think I'm going to do it.
Y'all have any opinions on Kyle Stanley? Because I think that's the
Tony,
first.
We had conversations for like the entire time about Kyle Stanley and his 6.1K price tag. What you're going to do with him? Is he someone you're just going to lock in, or is that 12% scaring you away?
I mean, I sent the tweet a few weeks ago. I think if you play a dude like Kyle Stanley at 20% owned, that you're making the wrong play. I'm not going to change my opinion on it. I'm going to keep fading the cheap. Yeah, he's mispriced. I agree completely. He should be 7K, 6K. But does that really mean he should be 20% owned? The salary never means much to me.
He won't be 20. He's going to be around 10.
But he's going to be 20 in single entry, guaranteed, like without a doubt. Like, yeah, in the Millie May or whatever the big tournament is, maybe he's 15% or something. But same point, like he's still Kyle Stanley, and I agree with Uncle T. Like, I'd rather just play Russell Knox or any of these guys. I'm just not going to play 20%. I mean, like on my main team that I always focus on, he's going to be 20%. Like in the 3K tournament this week, he's going to be above 20%, guaranteed. I'm just going to fade it and hope he misses the cut. He is mispriced, so it just depends on what you want. If he crushes, everyone will be like, oh, man, how could you fade 6.1K? But when he misses the cut and everyone tilts it, like you have so much leverage on the field that it's outrageous. I like tons of guys down here, so I don't need to play him at 661. I mean, you know how many times I've played Kyle Stanley a ton. He's missed cuts for me a million times. Like,
yeah, Tony, you were out of the room, but the conversation is I'm not saying that he is just. It is a misprice that is not a lock. It is just a misprice, and I think that's the way. And that's the way you say it is. Would you rather play this Kyle Stanley and what does he give you versus a 7K guy, 6.8K guy, and playing someone that's $700 or $900 less? I do not think that Kyle Stanley is a lock for top 25. I don't think that Kyle Stanley is a lock to make the cut. I'm just saying that he is mispriced based off of where he should be in the pricing algorithm that is created.
What would his ownership be if he was 7,100?
5% max.
I'd say less than 5 easy.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean,
It's
But
just
again,
a misprice.
a nice.
But you have to like, I just put it in. And if you think about it, like, let's just say 3 guys, Victor Hovland, like 3 guys that we've been talking about a lot on this show. Victor Hovland, I said Justin Thomas, and Tony Finau. Playing those 3 guys with Kyle Stanley, which may not be a great build. I'm just saying, looking at it, leaves you with $7,300 left in your, for the last 2 players, leaves you the average of $7,300. I think it's going to be a common build. Don't get me wrong, but it gives you, it is like when you're able to put in 3 guys, and this is, Tony, I know you think this. This is those 3 guys have a chance of winning. You know they do. We all know they do.
All those 9K guys can win, of course.
So if you can get 3 guys with win opportunities that are higher than 8K guys, then is it worth it? Is the question when you know that it's going to be a more common build.
I can still get those 3K guys though. I can still get those 3.
Yeah, but you're playing guys that you are hoping to see a better result than what has been expected or what has occurred recently or what you would expect that to be. I know that
there's tons of people I can play that aren't that different. I mean, you can go up and down the list. There's tons of dudes down there that could beat Stanley. Yeah, I mean, RCB, I always like RCB. He's 6,200, coming off a 32nd, a 21st. He's always been, I know people made fun of me for this, but I've always considered him better in big tournaments like this. He's 6,200. I like RCB more than him at 1% owned.
He's a great GPP play. I'm not going to disagree with you.
Well, that's all we're playing is GPP.
I know he is. I know, yeah. Tony. I know, but I'm just making it clear that I think he's always a good GPP play because he is cut or he is top 20 usually. There and if he makes the cut,
he's going to be 1% owned instead of 20.
I agree with you.
This is my point about fading the cheap chalk. Like, you can get anyone in this range for 1% basically, or you can play him at 15 to 20. He's not that much better to deserve that.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, tons of people are going to play him. You'll ask Coop. You'll ask a bunch of the best players. They'll say to just play Stanley. I get that. I'm just not that person. I'm not going to play Stanley. He's priced. I'm not gonna play 20% owned Kyle Stanley. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah, another thing to think about to kind of come off of the talk with Stanley, if you go a little bit above that, guys, and talk about the mid 6K range, there's a couple guys that are really interesting, and I talked about it last night.
I agree.
They got great course history, right? But we're not really maybe factoring in as much course history. But you got Brendan Steele and Patrick Rogers that are sitting right there at 6,500.
Patrick Rogers is like
they're going to come in
play.
What's that?
He's like my favorite play. I love Patrick.
Yeah, they're going to come in at 2 to 3% each one. So again, if you've got a couple $100 to spare and come off of Stanley, like I said, I can tell everybody right now, I'm going to have a build with Stanley and starting under 10K. I know I'm going to have that. I've got 5 teams. That'll definitely be one of them. But I love the 2,6,500 guys, and I'll take it a step further. And you guys, this might not be a popular play on this panel, but Richie Rowinski at 6,700, I kind of like how he's been playing the last 2-3 weeks. And at 6,700, I'm definitely going to.
Why would we not like Rowinski? I like
Rowinski. I always do.
He's our boy. We love Rowinski.
People have been down on him, and I just feel like it's a good time to hop back on 6,700. I just think he's a good cup maker.
A couple guys that I throw out is Camilo Villegas is a guy that I always like playing. I'm a fan of his. I'm also a fan of Alex Noren. I think
Alex Noren.
I think Alex Noren is a great play this week.
I love him. Yeah.
6.8K. I think he's too cheap, but I think I think he's a good play. Who else did I have circled? Don't necessarily love, but don't hate Brandon Grace. Missed one cut last week, but has been solid recently. He had one bad round at the PGA Championship. He was right in there the whole time. And he won back in February. He won. He's solid. Again, 6.8K. So yeah, I think they're like, that's why I was trying to say like the 7K range is solid, but I could even build that my team with those 3 guys that I was saying with 3 6K guys and be just as happy. I think Brendan Steele's good. Trying to see who else. Never hate Lanto. Lanto's always a guy that's on my radar a little bit.
Speaking of Brendan Steele, hey Tony, who's the workbench play?
I don't know. Is he the workbench?
Brendan Steele is the workbench play. I saw it in the chat. I had to go make sure I looked at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I never make fun of AP's cheap guys because they always crush. I don't love Brendan Steele, but he's 6,500. He's in that same range, and he's the workbench play, so can't disagree with it. Another guy in that 6K range.
Brandon Grace withdrew as well. Am I just completely missing?
I mean, he should withdraw from your player pool whether he did or not. So
He withdrew
you're in
last
good
week.
shape.
Or K Falik. You don't have to take that K Falik.
I'm fine.
That's my favorite part about K Falik.
You know who isn't fine right now? The Memphis Grizzlies.
They are not fine.
They're
They finally
done.
took a beating.
As I said, they would, and I still played way too many of them.
they played so good the whole series. They were finally due for just a beat down.
I knew it was going to happen. I don't know why I played them. I'm really disappointed in myself. Mike Conley's going to play like 6 minutes tonight.
Yeah, he's done, K Falik.
Yep.
He's done.
I mean, none of those dudes are going to play late.
I'm not watching. He may have gotten hurt for all I know. He's only played 12 minutes and
yeah.
Bobby Gomes is dying to come on.
That's the best part. I love. He's hurt. I mean, Bobby, you got to work your way, Bobby.
yeah, Mike
Gotta pick
Conley's
some
out for
winners.
the game. He's out for the game anyway. So my team's, well, I ended up not on him on my main at least, but yeah.
We got Harry in the chat saying, "What about Kuchar?" I haven't heard anyone bring up Kuchar.
I think Cooch has been fine the last couple of weeks. He's been playing better, but I think this track is going to be a little bit too big for Cooch at this point. I think it's going to play a lot longer for him, and I'm going to pass on him this week.
Yeah, I'm off Cooch.
Yeah.
Another guy I like down here is where'd he go? Michael Thompson. I like Michael Thompson a little bit. I always like Michael Thompson though. He's 6,400. I like the 6K. That's why I'm fine fading Stanley. I like a bunch of these guys down here.
No, I absolutely like the 6K range as well. Like I don't disagree with you.
So if you can get all the guys we like for under 3%, why are we?
Yeah, it's just the top. Listen,
Stanley.
It's just the topic of conversation.
No,
I think that,
and it's the most important talk of the week. I agree with that. Like,
yeah, that's all I'm trying to do is we have to
I
have that
agree.
conversation.
And this is how it goes too. When he crushes, everyone will be like, "How could you fade Kyle Stanley?" This happens in every sport. When you fade the obvious guy, how could you fade Kyle Stanley? But when he struggles and misses the cut, and you have a chance to win a tournament because you played RCB or someone over Kyle Stanley, I mean, it's just strategy, and you got to understand what you're doing. You're fading a guy that you know is a really good play. You have to understand why you're doing it, though. You're not doing it because you think he's a bad play. You're doing it because is he really 20 times a better play than RCB? I don't think he is.
Yeah, but that's the thing that people don't understand when you're talking about taking a risk like that is you understand that in taking that risk that you're fading someone who's really good, but you're taking that stand.
I don't see it that I respectfully, that's not the way I'm looking at it because I don't think I'm not playing apples to apples of RCB versus Kyle Stanley. I'm not, that's not the, I'm not, I don't think that I'm going to be going same lineup, making a decision of RCB versus Kyle Stanley. It is, do I play a 7K guy? Like if I were to play the 3 9 to 10K guys that I like, that everybody knows I like, if I were to play those three with a 7K guy, Kyle Stanley, and a mid to high 6K guy, or do I play 3 mid 6K guys or something like that? Like or dropping down in that 9 and 10K guy and dropping down to an 8 or another 9K guy, whatever it may be. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at it as an apples to apples of one versus the other. I'm looking at it as a 2v2 or a 3v3 is kind of my route for it.
Yeah, I mean, makes sense. Any other people we want to bring up, 6K guys we want to talk about before we move on to the winners segment?
No, I mean, I looked through the range. I don't see anything else that sticks out like crazy. I was trying to find some other plays. I think we talked about, bro. I like Werenski a lot too. I mean, Werenski is definitely a good play, like Uncle T said. I like him a lot. I could make a team just playing around with teams. I mean, if you play Stanley or RCB, Patrick Rogers, Werenski, I mean, you can play 3 total studs with it, and I could end up landing on that. I mean, you can basically pick 3 guys that could win the tournament, and those 3, I like that build. So I could easily end up there for my main team.
Yeah, if you put 3 of those 6.5 to 6.8K guys in there, if you just have 3 guys in that range, you can easily get 3 mid to upper 9K players easily. Probably 1 10K guy and 2 9K guys you could get as well. So
let me ask you about 3 other guys that I'm considering in this upper 6K range. Matt Neesmith, anybody?
The NBA guy?
his brother, Matt, not Aaron, his brother.
No, not Neesmith.
Okay. Other one was Adam Hadwin. Hadwin looked good last week. Anybody have any interest in Hadwin? He had a rough run for a few weeks, and now I think he may have figured it out again. And we may be jumping on right in time when people are going to start jumping on again, and we may get in early.
He was one of the last cuts I made in the 6K range. If that helps, I was on him, and then at the last minute, I took him out of my 6K guys. So
okay.
Yeah, I think you could go to him 6.7K. I think he's in play. I like Werenski a little better if I have to pick one, but
okay.
Troy Merritt.
And then our boy, the Ham Windham Clark. Anybody like any Windham Clark this week?
Not for me.
Okay. Just guys that I was looking at that couldn't make a decision one way or the other. I only
have
play
a little
interest
at 60. I don't think we've talked about him, interestingly enough, because he's been talked about a little bit. Troy Merritt, he's only 6,900. He's got 3 top 10s in his last 4, and he's probably not great, but I mean, if you go by recent form, I mean, 6,900 for a guy that's got 3 out of 4 top 10s, that's pretty impressive for a guy down this range. So I might be a sucker and have a share of him for sure.
I have to give our guy Cam some credit. I'm pretty sure he was talking up Troy Merritt pretty hard last show. So
He did.
Got to give him some credit on that. I know he was definitely talking him up for a fact, and he had a pretty good game. So 7th last time out. So shout out to our boy Cam. Nice call on Troy Merritt. All right. I think that's about it for these 6K guys. We've talked about a bunch of guys here. Let's bring it full circle and pick some winners. Tony, you pulling up your sheet?
Yeah, I can pull it up. What are we looking at? Some odds?
Yeah, we can just pick your 3 winners or whatever. While you pull those up though, because I'll ask all these guys too. So I got hit up by Nuggets. Our guy Nuggets in the chat. So since I'm going to be giving away a free sub, he's going to add 2 months to it. So you're actually going to get 3 months of free content, courtesy of JSU and Nuggets. So shout out to Nuggets. Nuggets is the man. And we'll be picking someone in the chat. So someone that's in here that's not a member, right? Not a member. And we're going to pick someone because that was what Sean wanted. He wanted someone who wasn't a member to try it out. See, hopefully they like it as much as he does. So that's what we're going to do. So just write in the chat, not a member, and we will pick someone at the end. You can always add funny comments or, make fun of one of us too. That always works. So go for it. All right, boys, we got our odds up.
Yeah, I'm pulling them. They're pulling up right now. Did you see that last pivot I made in NBA for Brunson? Did you see how many points he's got at halftime?
You're talking about Marcus Morris, right?
He has 0.00000.
That was a good pivot because he's got 0. He's got a donut.
Is there anything that frustrates you more than not being able to use the Sportsbook app and DK their daily fantasy site on your computer at the same time? It drives me nuts.
I don't understand why it is like that, but
I don't know. It pisses me off.
Oh yeah, that's
every
so
time.
dumb when you gotta sign out or whatever.
It logs me out of everything.
Yeah. How the hell does Maxi Kleber still see 14 minutes of run? What is Dallas doing?
Zubac is smashing.
I'm trying to find these matchups. Let's see. Where are the matchups at on this DK app? I can't find them this week.
Groups.
I think it's on the group tab, isn't it, Tony?
The groups?
I think it's on the groups.
Tournament matchups. Okay, here we go. Corey Connors favored over Hideki. I mean, Hideki's such a terrible play, K-Falik. I can't imagine playing him. Xander and Spieth. So Xander and Spieth are basically a pick'em. I agree. I don't understand why Spieth is that much more expensive than Xander. I'd rather play Xander minus the. I mean, how much cheaper is he? $1,600 cheaper? Whew. I mean, I can't imagine playing Spieth. Let's see what else we got on here that sticks out. Finau and Usti. How much is Usti? Usti's 85, Finau is 92, and they're a pick'em. Usti might be sneaky. I never play Usti ever, but he might be sneaky this week. He's always good in these fields, it feels like. Does anyone like Usti?
Yeah, I wasn't on the show.
Talked on to him.
I didn't hop on when you guys were talking about the 8K range. He's one of my favorite guys in the 8K range.
That could be a sharp play. I think Usti might be a very sharp play. I never play him, so it's like one of those mental blocks where if you don't ever play a guy, it's hard to click the name, but I think he's a sharp play this week. I think he's a sharp play. Maybe I should consider him more.
There's nothing I enjoy more about Usti than that gap tooth. It is a sight.
I love the gap. Let's see what we got. So Morikawa and Spieth is a pick'em. If you play Spieth this week, good luck. That's too big of a price. He's a coin flip with all these guys way cheaper. Sung J over Flower, of course. I mean, if you play Flower, I don't know what to tell you. Rom over JT. Man, so there's not that many matchups here either. I just ran out of matchups already. Bryson and Cantlay is basically a coin flip. Let's get to winners. The matchups, who's everyone picking? Let's hear who K-Falik's got.
So up top, JT. I just like JT this week. I think he's got a good shot.
I think he's going to bounce out of his slump this week.
I do. In that, so you got 14-1 on 14-1 on Justin Thomas. Gary Woodland is 50-1. Would be like
Woodland's a good call too. Woodland and Usti might be the two sharpest plays of the whole tournament.
Yeah, Woodland at that 50-1 odds, and if you want to just throw some money to see if something hits, I'll give you 2. 100-1 on Alex Noren. Just throw something out, and looking. I know that Big T is going to go with Patrick Rogers at 200 over Villegas, but I'll take a run at Villegas at 200 to 1.
I mean, neither one of them is going to win first.
No, they're not going to win, but
I'll take the price though.
Yeah,
those are the prices where you only got to hit one every couple of years. So
yeah, put $5 on it, put $100 on it. Just know you're going to lose every single time. I saw someone post a C Cloud. Chris posted a parlay that someone hit in like the New York Mets versus God, who was it? I don't even remember who they were playing, but it was the DeGrom game where he went under on DeGrom, went on the strikeouts, picked the 3 bets of the first, second, and third inning being draw, Mets leading, and then hit like 3 other bets of like Francisco Lindor getting 2 hits. He put like $30 on it and won 27,000 or something absolutely ridiculous like that. It was the most like lottery ticket picks, but it was just funny
like that movie,
at.
that Adam Sandler movie where he hit the 9-team parlay to get out of trouble.
Yeah.
All right, Uncle T, let's hear it. Winners.
Yeah, I like the JT call by K Falik, but just to go a little bit different for the show, I do like JT for the record. But I'm going to go down a little bit to 9,200. I'm going to go as crazy as it sounds with Tony Finau. I know he hasn't won much, just the one time, but I just feel like he had the 18 and the 36 hole lead here last year before finishing 73, 78 on the weekend when the conditions were really tough before they, again, kind of tore the place up. So I'm going to go with Tony Finau. I know it probably will backfire on me, but I'm going to go with him. And then down below a little bit, I had Keegan Bradley earlier, but if you want to go down even further, I love the Taylor Gooch call. 100 to 1, 120 to 1, depending on where you're looking. I like Taylor Gooch if you're looking for somebody a little bit off the radar.
I just want to call him Taller. I really want to.
Big T. Who we got? Is it Bryson up top?
Let me look. Let's pull the odds up. My guy at the top. Man, I want to pick Cantlay. Cantlay's staring at me. I don't know why. I like Finau, too. I like Uncle T's Finau take.
Big T, hold on just a minute. Hold on. I'll give you a second to think. We got DD Pensack in the chat asking you if you want to run back the Spieth against little boy Bryson bet.
That's who he picked.
Saw that.
Yeah, he sent me 500 last week because I owned his ass. And I said, pick whoever you want against Bryson. So you're picking Spieth, DD Pensack. You got it. 500. I want
to get a piece of that too.
Yeah, he'll give it to you. Get in there. I'm sure he'll give you some. DD Pensack, we are booked. 500. Bryson versus Spieth. Let's see. At the top, man, I like Bryson. I like Uncle T's Finau call a lot. I don't think he can win, though, is the problem. I like him DFS more than to win. I think he could finish like 4th and just crush DFS-wise. He probably won't win, though. I mean, he always chokes on Sundays. I do like him DFS-wise, though. Bryson, I don't know. I just think Cantlay might win this week. I don't know why. He's just staring at me. Those are my guys at the top. Give me Bryson, I guess, officially, but I do like Cantlay a lot in that top and Finau. Those are my 3. Let's go down. Mid-range. Who do I like in the mid-range? Man, Woodland. I don't want to copy K Falik, but Woodland at 50 to 1. I think that price is just incredible. I mean, 50 to 1. He can win it.
60 to 1 on DK.
Well, he's 50 to 1 on mine. Is he 60 on yours? He's 50 on mine.
Let me see.
It doesn't matter. Either way, 50 or 60 to 1, whatever you can get. That price, we just talked about how he can't win the long shots. Woodland at 50 or 60 to 1 definitely could win the tournament. I mean, he won the U.S. Open. He's been good in big tournaments. He's been playing better. I'm going with K Falik. I don't care if I copy him. I'm taking the 50 or 60 to 1 on Woodland. I love that pick. Let me find a long shot that I think. I like Matt Wallace at 80 to 1 too. I don't know. The problem with all these guys, 100 and more to 1, none of them are going to win. Give me Matt Wallace at 80 to 1 for my long shot. I'm not going to throw out anything longer than that.
All right, that's
Big
fair.
T, did you really say this to this Kendon McMurray guy? Not a member anymore, but when I was a member, Big T told me to go flip burgers like I'm good at. I got this screenshot to prove it.
I could have. I mean, if he talks shit, maybe I told him how it was. I mean, Kendon McMurray, I like that. You got a free month if you send it to me. I'll give it to you. I don't care. I like you.
Well, there you go, Kevin.
He might have
Kevin
talked
wins.
shit. Not a member. Well, what did he talk shit about? Kendon McMurray, what did you talk shit about?
Let's see the screenshot. Let's see it.
I like it though. He comes in there. I mean, he might have talked shit. I might have had to tell him how it was a little bit. I don't know. I'll give him a free month though if he wants to come back.
All right. Well, will you do that? I'm going to pick my winners, and I'm going Louis 35-1.
There you go, JSU. I like it.
Louis is super sharp. Like I wish I had the balls to play. If you guys want to win this week, play Louis. I'm not going to play him, but I think he's a super sharp play.
So I'm going to go Woodland with you guys at 60-1. I had him written down. And then Streel Daddy, Kevin Streelman at 66-1 is going to be my third guy. So I got Streel Daddy, Louis, and Mr. Woodland with the rest of the crew. You're right, Tony. Like, as you get down here, these long shots.
I mean, we can throw them out there. They're not going to win, though. I don't know. Like, sure, you can throw them out there.
They're not going to win, but you can.
It's fun to throw them out there if you hit one. I mean, it's fun.
I mean, yeah. No, I'm sticking with those guys. That's plenty. You give a couple 50, 60-1. That's good enough.
I think little Nicky Dicky is going to come at me and say, "I can't believe that you recommended to play." Who did I say? Villegas. I can't believe you recommended me betting on Villegas this week.
Let's see. All right, Tony, did we figure that out?
I want to see my screenshot. I'm curious how I told this dude to flip burgers. That's kind of that's a funny point. I could see myself saying that though if I got tilted. I could see that.
Yeah. So JD, I'm seeing 35 on DK. I don't know if you're seeing a better line. I'm sure there's a better line. I should shop it real quick. I was looking on DK Sportsbook. That's where I kind of look for my odds. But
somebody just sent this thing on Twitter to me. It says Porzingis, and it's got like these rolls getting pulled apart. What does that mean? I'm confused.
Oh no, is he sucking again? He's probably sucking again.
What do rolls have to do with it? I can't figure out what I'm missing with it.
Did we get a
good question?
Kendon, send a screenshot to Big T soon so we can figure out this membership thing, please.
I do want to see that because
I'm supposed to pick
I wonder what he
else.
said.
Big T, are you staking this or is this the 3-month membership?
No, I'm staking this one. We can give another one.
Oh, so we're gonna give so I get to give two. Okay, all right. So Kendon's gonna get one from Big T himself.
If he sends me the screenshot, I'm curious at what I mean. What could he have said that would have pissed me off? I mean, he must have had something good.
This strikes a JSU and remember message here.
They benched KP, Redmond says. Yeah, because Porzingis, I mean, he can't guard anybody on the Clippers. Of course he got benched.
We said it on the show that he lost minutes last game.
Redmond said he's got 3 fouls, but again, same point. He can't guard anybody.
Yep.
Oh, God. All right, well, I got to find someone who's sent them.
I wonder if Joey Work is upset about the trade that they made, getting rid of Porzingis at this point, based off of what he's seeing recently.
Definitely not, man. I've always hated Porzingis. I mean, people call me racist, but these big white dudes just aren't it. They're not it. I mean, I don't want Porzingis.
Well, I'd have the winning lineup tonight if I didn't play a big white dude tonight. I have a 5 spot from Danilo Gallinari, and it's just hurting so badly.
Gallinari.
Because I could have just gone straight to Nicholas.
You played a dude with a mohawk, a white dude with a mohawk. You deserved it.
Okay. All right.
K-Fallic is my favorite.
That's okay.
I'm looking at myself that I could have gone Batum over Gallinari, and
is Batum crushing?
He's doing well, yeah. Yeah. He's not. It's only halftime, but he's at like 17 already. but my lineup is just, it is the nuts.
So Tony, I think I found a winner here, and it
Yeah.
fits the Wednesday show. Mark Edwards says, not a member. Imagine betting Morikawa over Big Daddy Bryson. Major small peen energy.
Yeah.
I think we found a winner. It fits the
I
Wednesday
agree.
show. Mark Edwards, you're getting a membership here, brother. You're going to hit JSU up. We're going to get you all hooked up. Twitter, you can hit me up on Twitter, and I'll send you a DM. We'll get your PayPal, and I'll hook you up for the first month. And then I think Nuggets is going to hook you up for the next 2 months. So Nuggets is in the chat. I'm sure he'll DM you. Make sure you send me your username when you get in Discord. Definitely get in Discord. And once you do, send me a message with your username and your PayPal, and we'll get you all squared away, and I'll make sure Nuggets gets your info too. So Mark Edwards, you won the free membership, man. Congrats. All right, boys. Are we waiting on anything else?
Yeah, Michael Mick, it's fading the entire AK range is absolute bananas, he said. That's the best part about DFS. We can all play our own strategies and see how it works out. Keegan Bradley has been amazing. The only thing that's ever held him back was putting. Now he's gaining strokes putting. Keegan Bradley sucks at putting. I don't care what you say. He's always sucked. If you've sucked at putting your whole life, it's more fluky if you do good than the opposite. Like, believe me, if you can't putt, you can't putt. Sure, you can have good weeks here and there, but whatever. I mean, everyone can play their own strategy. I don't like Keegan this week.
There you go. All right.
Where's this dude out with this screenshot? I want to see why I told him to flip burgers.
Just so you know, Pinsack just requested to come on the show right now. And I'm like, I'm
Pinsack,
leaving.
no.
We're going to bed.
Probably
Pinsack can come on the Joey Work part of the show. We got to open up. Dunk that. Oh, Boban, how do you miss that? Yeah. Let's get out. Let's see if Joey Work wants to do the members only portion of the show. You gonna do it on mute, JSU? That's how you're gonna bring us out?
I think you got to bring us out by clicking the button, my brother.
Me?